Hey, hey. What's good, everybody? What's up, man? Wednesday night. Let that breathe a little bit. Like I used to do in my DJ days. DJ Nasty Nuts.
Wow.
That breathe. What's good, y'all, man? We in here, man. Rolex Risky in here with y'all, man. We chopping it up. It's a Wednesday night. What up, No Strings family? Y'all know what we do. We talk about relationships and the culture. A lot to get to on both sides of the coin this week in this post Valentine's Day week. We're gonna talk about that as well. This is the fallout from Valentine's Day, goddamn it. A lot of people falling out from what happened on or didn't happen on Valentine's Day. We know the ladies gonna be pulling up here in a little bit. For some reason, they always fashionably late, so we'll call it that. But who we got in here tonight? We got the fellas in here right now. What up, cousin Torian, aka I Runs Wild? What up, my boy?
What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Y'all already know what it is. I'm feeling good. It's a good day for me. So we cheersing up. And let's get ready to talk this ish.
Let's go. You dig? And the proprietor of Glint's LNL. We got Lionel in here. What up, Li?
What up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. I'm fresh off the pickleball court. Legs is not they noodles right now, but we here.
Okay, there we go. So let's go, man. Fresh off the pickleball court. Niggas out here drinking pickle juice. Let's get it, man. Y'all know the drill. Hey, I've been neglecting to let everybody know, man. We're doing great with people following and watching the show and subscribing and all that stuff. But, you know, the stats say, I think it's 80, let's just say 80+% of the people who actually watch the show on a week-to-week basis are not actually subscribed to the channel. So we know y'all watching and y'all enjoying the content. Maybe you hate watching, whatever you're doing. Just hit the little subscribe button. We'd appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Drop us a like on the IG, on the Twitter, the X, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And drop something in the comment section. Just help the engagement. We do appreciate it, man. Share the channel with a friend if you enjoy it. Also, if you're listening to us in the audio form, wherever it is that you find your audio podcast, we are everywhere. Download it. We stay locked in with you. So we appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all. And yeah, let's go. I wanted to get to this first, but let's talk about this chili thing because you were just talking to me, Torrin, right before we went on about chili. Let me see, can I pull it up? Hang on. Let me see, can I pull it up real quick? Chili, we're talking about chili from TLC on the TLC tip, right? Where chili at? Hold on. Where the hell is chili at?
Trying to hide. Bitch, don't hide.
Hold on, let me do this before I do that. Let me save this because Chili, I saw her. She's dating. Is she dating, engaged to this white dude? I'm not sure what they dating, right?
Yeah, they dating with his fine ass. Sorry, Black History Month.
Jesus. In Black History Month, how you feel?
That man.
See, so Torian gonna sell us out. I just want y'all to know right now. He gonna sell us up the creek for a white zaddy. He finna sell us right up the creek.
It's not the first. It's not the first choice, but it's definitely the last.
But it's a choice.
Yeah.
No, Usher sold us out too.
Who did?
Usher.
What did Usher do, man?
He married a white woman right after or announced the marriage right after the Super Bowl.
She not white.
Okay, what is she?
She light skinned.
Yeah, she likes
totally not light skinned. That's crazy.
She black. She
and let me say this: when Usher, what up, Mo? When Usher did, marry,
no, she is not
black. Do y'all remember when Usher did marry a dark skinned black woman and all of Black America clowned this nigga and his wife? Do y'all remember? Y'all might have been a little young for that.
Yeah, Tamika Foster.
Yeah, and all of Black America clowned this nigga and his wife.
She on a TV show now.
What were they saying about her?
They was talking about she ugly. He can do so much better than that. And da. Usher had to come out on TRL and talk about, hey, man, my wife's a beautiful black woman, man. Y'all need to ease up, man. That's exactly how you sound, too. Hey, man, my wife is a beautiful black woman, man. It was like, yeah, you know, shout out to Ursh, man. What up, Mo? You in here tonight? Let Mo get her intro in. What up, Mo? Mo is muted. Muted Mo tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to look at her.
There you go.
There she go. What up, Mo? That's how you feel tonight?
Listen. I made it. We in this bitch. Let's go.
Mo said,
yeah, this is for the record. This is not a black woman.
Let's not do lookership, Lionel. That's lookership.
No, this is not a black woman. Y'all are trying to gaslight me.
I'm not trying to gaslight you.
You doing it to yourself.
No, this is not a black woman. Y'all are insane.
I'm not
I
gaslighting.
have a black great grandpa, maybe great.
Hey, listen, man, it's not my business to adjudicate people's blackness.
Y'all are out of line.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't my. Hey, listen, Kanye wife ain't black, and shit.
Yeah,
Right?
he's been so. He's been like that's not even up for discussion.
Hey, man, I don't know. Somebody, y'all jump in the chat. Let us know, what is Usher wife? What is she? What is her ethnicity? She may be Puerto Rican or something.
You probably just she looks like a white woman to me, but you probably think Amber Rose is a black woman too, don't you?
No, because see where I am with blackness. Well, she's from Cape. See, here's the problem with Amber. She's from what? Cape. She's Cape. What's this shit called? Cape Verdean or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Which technically, right, if you look at where it sits at, technically it would be black people. But since she came out and talk about she don't want to be black, I don't want nobody to be black who don't want to be black.
There's white people in Africa, like they colonized that
Yeah,
bitch a
that's
long time
fine.
ago.
But we can recognize that they're not white. I'm sorry, that they're not black. Like Steve Nash is South or who is it? What's the other nigga? The nigga from X, Twitter. What's that nigga's name?
Elon Musk.
Ain't Elon South African or some shit?
Right.
Yeah.
There's hella white people in South Africa.
But we recognize that shit real quick though.
That's crazy.
What I'm saying. But it's a lot of folks that don't want to be black. You get us into a whole conversation. We save that conversation for next week. We're having a black conversation next week, Lionel. Shelf that. Because it's a lot of niggas darker than me that I'm telling you ain't black. That's what I'm gonna start telling you.
Okay, I'm bringing my clock next week. And I'm gonna have to clock a lot of shit, clearly.
All right, here's where I want to go first, though. Speaking of black and colorism, we probably should have left this for next week, too. But we here now, so F it. She's no longer one of my favorite people, and it's not her fault. This also ties into Usher. But Chili has become very annoying to me. And now
you just now seeing it.
You got to understand what Chili meant to me growing up. And so it took a lot. But here goes Chili now. So somebody said,
if you go over, you'll see like what started it.
Which way I go? Go back. That's the wrong way. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so they're talking about her and her little husband her boyfriend dancing.
Yeah.
They said he got him some chocolate. Now he got the moves. I approve. And then she put on there caramel. How do y'all say? Y'all say caramel?
That is crazy.
How y'all say?
I say caramel.
I say caramel, but it
okay. So somebody jumped on there, just jumped in the comments. So it was a picture. I'm sorry, it was a video of her and her boyfriend dancing. She's showing him some moves or what have you, right? Somebody jumped in there, was like, "Look at him. He got him a chocolate girl. He's trying to learn some moves now." She jumped in the comments and said, "With the chocolate shit, I'm gonna call myself caramel." So people, I guess I don't know. Did the folks have an issue with her saying that? Torrance, is that what led to this?
Yeah. So go back over to the other part, and she tried to clarify.
It's almost like she didn't like being called chocolate, but she is chocolate, and chocolate is beautiful. Never be ashamed of that. Oh, then she had Chili had time today. She jumped in. Chocolate is beautiful. Also, never said it wasn't, but without a tan, hold on, Chili. Jesus Christ, it's my first time seeing this. But without a tan, I'm caramel. What's the harm in being truthful? Good grief. Okay. All right. Okay. Please, can we let Mo start on this first? Not because we're saying Mo was any type of color, but just because she's a woman. No, just because Mo's a woman, and I don't know if maybe this is a woman thing, because I got some I feel like toxic shit to say. But talk to me, Mo. She say she ain't chocolate, she caramel. Goddamn.
What am I supposed to say?
I don't know. No, I'm just saying, like,
no, this is your half of the month.
So with your color, Mo, somebody might say you red.
And the thing is, I be thinking I'm darker than I am. Like if my sister was like, "Why y'all emoji hands so dark?" and I was like, "Well, because I gotta show." Like I look at my own hands, I'm like, yes, I got the ring light on, but I feel like I got a little color. You know what I'm saying?
No, that
so like, I gotta represent. Okay, but in that emoji, it's such a big jump from the like light skin one to the kind of brown. So I needed a good medium. It's hard to find it. But personally, for me, first point of this, I don't know if I'm alone on this. I might be alone on this, but I don't like the term chocolate anymore. Like I don't like that. Like, I don't like when people be like, oh, they chocolate. Da, da, da. I mean, it's cool, but I think I've heard it in such a way a lot of the time where it's like non-black people talking about, oh, I love me a chocolate this and chocolate that. I just have I don't know. It kind of rubs me the wrong way. So the fact that we sit here arguing about chocolate and caramel is crazy. Like that's me. And she's talking about, I'm without a tan, I'm caramel. It kind of, I feel like it ages her having this perspective, because that's some like early 2000s shit, like, to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a very dated term to sit here and call yourself caramel. Like, I haven't heard nobody really refer to themselves or others as caramel in a very, very long time. So, like, chocolate's still a thing. She didn't have to do all of that, in my opinion. Because regardless, you're talking about without a tan, I'm caramel. Okay, but with a tan, you got brown, darker skin, and that's okay. Like, you kind, it's almost like you're bothered that
Right.
somebody is calling you something more, even though that's what you are. Like, you got a darker brown skin complexion, and that's okay. Like, it's beautiful regardless. It's just like you correcting people. It's never gonna come, it's never gonna be like a good way to like correct somebody. I'm like, well, actually, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you go in the other way, now if you go in the other way, it's a little different. People will criticize people that say that too. Like, I remember back whenever, I think, was it Megan Thee Stallion, people was calling her light skin for a time. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like there's criticism either way it goes. Because then that's the argument at that point, was that, oh, she's not dark skinned, she's light skinned, she's not, brown skin, whatever. I was like, that's crazy. Like, so I don't know. I think that's just, she should have just kept it pushing. She didn't need to do all of that. Like, you picked out that how many other comments did she comment on?
That's true.
And responding to, you picked out that one because you were bothered and you had to correct somebody.
And let me say this too. And look, for the conscious people that's gonna jump in here and talk about, hey, we ain't crayons, and we know. Just indulge us in the conversation. We get it. Jesus Christ. Sometimes I hate you Negroes. Because sometimes I'll be like, damn, do we gotta really stop and just do a disclaimer every time, to where we know we're saying that Mo has already said we should be beyond that. We're just talking to, God damn. Okay, but here's what I'm gonna say. I think what you're saying, Mo, and what she said makes it, to me, a little bit more problematic. I'm gonna go here. Fuck it. We in Black History Month. The fact that you with a white dude, right? And someone calls you chocolate, and you immediately jump in to correct it to be something lighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what her intentions were. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the perception, the way it looks.
Yeah.
Like, hold on.
It's not good for the optics. It's not good optics. You know what I'm saying?
It's just chocolate.
And and it also is giving, like, that's what your man call you. You know what I'm saying? Like, your man call you caramel, so you're convinced that you're caramel. Are you that disconnected? Like, it's okay, because you're gonna be different shades, especially in the summer and in the winter time. Like, people shift shades a little bit.
Yeah,
it just adjusts.
Black people, literally, that first of all, that's normal for people, right? Like, yeah. I like sometimes people act like black folks aren't regular humans, and like our skin doesn't change with the seasons, darker and lighter. It shit happens, right? Like, it just, some people you can see a little bit more prominent than others. It kind of is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jump in, Lionel. Let's go.
I'll just quote Beyonce: light skin, dark skin, brown skin, beige, fluorescent beige, bitch. Like, no, seriously, that conversation gets exhausting. But I recognize it's just like a personal thing. Like, God knows what she went through. Like, be at the point where she's trying to avoid like being darker. True. Being in the industry and all this shit. And both of her, like, what would you call it? Like, not castmates, but like group members.
Yeah, group members,
group mates. Like, they're much lighter, and then it's like she was like the darker one. So who just knows mentally where she is to be like projecting this?
Right.
I'll just like let people like that have it. Like, you just like okay. I'm like, okay, like, okay, you're not chocolate. Okay, like her.
Yeah. Because I also don't think you have to get so like. I mean, I guess you can do whatever you want to do, but like getting defensive about other people's perspectives is like, That's just their perspective. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
doubling down now. You chocolate shit.
But no, it speaks to where she is. Like this, really, like you said, she picked that comment out of the bunch. Like she felt that. Like there's so that just lets me know, like mentally, like there's something there for her.
yeah, she was triggered.
Yeah, she was triggered by that. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, besides that, I'm like, I really don't care. I'm like, whatever, because that's like the least of my worries when it's actual white people saying that they black. That's where I'm at. Like, man, what like, bitch, you are not at all. I'm like, who the fuck are you? But like that little stuff, I'm like, I have nothing to. I'm just like, okay. It just tells me like mentally, like where you are. I'm like, okay. Which and then like Mo said, it does age her and like date her because the further you go back in time, the more you'll see people try to avoid their like darkness, blackness. Where that's like, but it's just not to say people aren't still like skin bleaching. Like I'm pretty sure that's still a thing, you know.
Big thing, huge.
Yeah. So it's all just like strange. I'm like,
it's never. I think that's one thing that unfortunately, because of we're all been infiltrated by different beauty types. I don't think that shit's gonna ever go away. I think people of darker skin tones are gonna always have that. Though I mean, it happens in the in Mexican Hispanic community, in the Asian community, in every community. People who are darker, people always in those communities are trying to get lighter. Mo said something, and I forgot to say this, and I'll let Torian run with it. Which Mo was saying that she's kind of doesn't really like the term chocolate. I always took it not for it's not like I'm breaking some revolutionary ground here because it was offensive when people were saying it. But I could see Chili potentially being a victim of this, like Lionel was pointing out with her bandmates from TLC being lighter skinned than her. When people say Kelly Rowland, we're gonna talk about Kelly Rowland a little bit later. When people are saying, "Oh, that's a pretty chocolate girl," or "She's pretty for a chocolate girl," you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. She was
the face of darkness. She was like a dark skinned friend, look like Kelly. Michael Jackson. I was gonna say Kelly Rowland.
Hey,
I'm dead.
wow, Lino. Tell us how you feel.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was Michael Jackson.
But no, you know, like that people used to say that thinking it was a compliment, and it's like that shit is really problematic, my dude. Calling somebody pretty for brown skin. Yeah, she looked pretty for a brown skin girl. Okay, all right.
And I heard that a lot in tennis, like growing up playing tennis. Like a lot of the girls on my team, they would hear that so much. Like when we like go, of course, every school we play is like full of white people, so they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, y'all are so beautiful, like to be so dark, or like y'all are really beautiful to have dark skin." Like heard it so many times, it was like, okay. Like at one point, they was like getting extremely offended. At first, it's just like, wait, did they just like wait? Am I tripping? But then at some point, it's like, okay, this is some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's go, Torian. They be mistaking Torian for Puerto Rican, all kinds of shit. We don't know Torian. We got to take Torian out. We don't know what this is.
Racially ambiguous.
Right, no.
Got it hair pulled back tonight. We can't even see this shit.
Right. You look like you Samoan.
You know, my cousin used to tease me about that too, and I used to hate that. I'm like, no, I'm black. I don't want to be racially ambiguous. And I was like, ooh. Yeah, I got the hair pulled back, you know. The kids don't be liking it, and it's so crazy. Like today's little girl, like, she just tried to check me, and I had to like really check her right back though. Cause she was like, "You cut your hair." I'm like, "Yeah, just playing with it." She's like, "It don't look good." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, little girl." I'm like, "Your hair don't look good. It's all you need to comb it."
Torian, a damn bully.
She paid for me. She was second grade.
Not
I'm like,
her life.
Damn. And then
she's never gonna forget that. Now she's gonna cut her hair off.
Yeah, poor girl. That's gonna be a core memory for her now.
Right. My teacher said I don't look that good with this hair.
It's a core memory for me now. Shit.
No, for real. He's like, I'm traumatized.
Right. Now every time I look at ponytail, I'm like, damn, is this
that is in the back of your mind. I'm dead.
No, you're like Will Ferrell in that soccer movie when he was just dating all those kids. Like, you need to get away from them kids at this point.
No, but no, about Chili though. I was enjoying the comments because everybody was like really on her ass about her saying like without a 10 she karma. They like, well, she must have had a 10 her whole life because shit, she always get chocolate to me. Shit, which I do agree. Like whatever she want to be, let her be it, you know. But I get the whole sentiment about like not want to be called chocolate and stuff like that, but to me, she's a dark skinned woman. Like I think Caramel's a little lighter. I would even say I'm caramel. So me and her nowhere near the same complexion. So
You said you would say you're caramel.
yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
What you trying to say, lighter?
I'm like, let me see. Let me tell me the part that the sun be hitting. He said with my tan, I'm caramel.
No facts. When I 10, I'm caramel. And I live in Texas, so I'm caramel all the time. Except for the winter. But don't be looking up like
I feel like caramel is a hard because it's like there's like I don't know, I can't even think of somebody that's like caramel.
caramel. Who I would say like Megan Thee Stallion's caramel because she not or like Beyonce. I wouldn't say Beyonce light skin, but I would say she dark skin.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
Megan Thee Stallion is a good example.
But
Chili's like darker than that for sure.
Yeah,
Chili's. She's like in the middle of January when I really haven't been outside that much, and like I avoid the sun, and I'm definitely caramel at that point.
But like her and like Usher like the same complexion, and like Usher's like dark skin. Like I would say Usher's caramel. So I don't know which. Well, we obviously know where she getting that from. Like some she been through.
Do we know the color of caramel?
Right.
I was gonna say that, Mo. I feel like we need to go back and revisit caramel.
Yeah, because I'm like, I feel like people don't really understand what color caramel really is. Like, because it's a shade of like brown, but it's leaning into tan a little more than it is brown. You feel me? So it's like,
yeah, it's like a rich tan. Like it's rich.
So I'm like,
oh look, Shay is a little caramel.
Here y'all go.
Hey,
with everybody.
Say, what complexion would you say you are? Or chocolate?
I'll put a chat if you caramel.
Or are you not comparing yourself to candy and sweet?
Right.
Everybody got something. Are you candy cane? Are you caramel? Are you milk chocolate, dark chocolate?
Hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, I got to say this before we get too far into the show. Because I know at some point I'll say pause tonight. I probably almost lost my goddamn job today.
No way.
The pause shit has gotten out of control for me. I got to. I
may have that a long time ago.
So I'm I'm on the phone taking down the address because I'm trying to conduct some business for my job. And let's just say it's, hey, 500 North Main Street, Suite. This is them talking to me, right? Okay, it's 500 North Main Street, Suite D. As they say Suite D, I just say pause.
Roy.
Not at work.
I know.
Hey, look, I wasn't even. You know what was crazy is that like it was so just like it wasn't even like a thought. I was like, oh shit, it was too late. It was like we here now.
We'll learn today.
We here. It was like, yeah, so it's gonna be at 500 North Main Street, Suite D. Pause. Huh? They were like, huh? Excuse me? Oh no. What was that? This shit. Okay, shit. Yeah. So Suite D, you gotta pause that. I'm sorry.
No, you
I don't know what they were doing.
No, suite as in like a suite, a building suite.
Is it? I don't know. Double entendres. I
See,
don't know.
Look at your trauma jumping out. Everybody just protecting their trauma this month, clearly.
Right.
They're like, Sweet D.
He ducked like, oh no.
He said rebuke.
Like, what is going on? Sweet D, nigga, pause though. Sweet D. Okay, hold on, let's go here real quick. Before we move on to some other stuff. Anybody watch NBA All-Star Weekend? Anybody? Any thoughts out there? It's the International Thought Weekend. Okay, so it's good. We don't got a show full of thoughts. I like that. We ain't this is when they come out for All-Star Weekend. All the ballers in one city. Right. I think it was in Indianapolis. It ain't a lot to do in Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of mid from what I heard.
Not too much because they liquor stores close at 3-4 while Texas still at 9.
Well, yeah, I mean you got to get drunk if ain't nothing to do, Torian.
Ain't nothing to do here either, sir.
What else you gonna do? Get
That's some
drunk?
crazy
Nigga.
shit too. Because I was just at the club this weekend, and I guess it turned into like a little after hours,
Okay.
and it was gonna be open till 4. And so some girl, because this was like out for Bree's birthday and shit, so she had a bunch of her friends come out, and I guess I met the girl before, but I didn't really remember, and so I didn't know who she was, but we were just talking or whatever. She was like, "No, because like we waited for the DJ, the after hour DJ to pull up. Apparently, we finna get another bottle." I said, "Girl, it's 2:15. Like a bottle how?" 'Cause if we get in a bottle, TABC finna be in this bitch shutting this hoe down.
The
Like
whole thing.
I've seen it happen before, like
Wow.
literally. So just thinking about that, I was like, you must not be from here, because like, girl, like you used to somewhere else where they able to do that shit all night. You can
Yeah.
party till 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, damn, Texas do be restricted.
Oh, they gonna shut the whole cookie operation down. Don't get it
Oh
fucked
yeah,
up.
they'll shut that
But
bitch down. Everybody gotta get out and
that must be
confiscate all
in,
the bottles
yeah.
too.
I know some after hour spots here that be serving liquor.
No, same. But
Oh,
that's
they don't.
San
I
Antonio's
was
a
say, don't
strict
say the
place.
name.
San Antonio doesn't play those games well. They're very strict.
Don't worry about
I
it. That. Shit gonna
I
be
was
out of
surprised when
nothing.
I first saw like there were bottle girls still at the after hour spot. Like, you could order a bottle. I was like, wow, this is crazy. That was the spot I was at when I saw Nene Leakes. So I was like, oh, this is even crazy. I'm like, not there's bottles and Nene Leakes is here.
There's a spot like that in Austin, the after hour spot, where they had like were serving liquor and shit. I was like, oh,
Right, it rocks your world the first
no,
time.
for real, because you're so like growing up in Texas, it's like you get so accustomed to just like the rules. And so even when I would travel to other places where they got 24-hour liquor stores and shit like that, and shit in the grocery store, I'm like,
Yeah,
damn, like
CVS
y'all
got
really
bottles.
free.
I'm like, not bottles in CVS.
No, for real, I was at Target and they had a whole liquor section in Chicago. I was like, that is so crazy. I
Right.
could pick me up some snacks, my water for the hotel room, and I could give me a bottle in the same damn trip. Period.
Watch out.
Well, here we go. Going back to All Star Weekend. So this is a NBA All Star Jaylen Brown. I believe he's still dating Bernice. I believe. I'm almost positive he's still dating Bernice, old ass. Uh,
Mhm.
Shout out to Bernice.
I
She
thought that
said,
was the one who was with Drea. I thought his name was Jalen Brown.
nah. Drea is with a Houston Rocket allegedly.
Mm.
Jaylen Brown is with Bernice. She had to get listen. She the old wise vet. I think she older than all of them. Bernice is, and
Definitely. They're all.
and Jaylen Brown had just signed this past offseason. He signed the highest contract in NBA history. So she went ahead and scooped that, locked him on in.
Oh, that's the dude. That's
Yeah.
crazy. How he get paid more than LeBron?
It's just every year it goes up. So it just so happened that he was so whenever like whoever's contract is up next, they gonna be more than him next year. So it's just his contract was up first. So right now he's technically, as of right now, the highest paid player ever in history of the NBA.
Mm.
That's
But
good.
people went crazy over this viral video of them walking, and they was like they walking over ice and snow. She in heels, and he wasn't trying to hold her hand or nothing. He just like, hey, fend for yourself. Here we go.
No, that's not Bernice though.
I'm like,
I know. I don't know who this chick is. I thought he was dating Bernice. Maybe he got a new chick.
Oh no, I didn't see that with Snow.
he was reaching for help and everything.
Oh
There you-
wow, yeah, I seen the video and I was like, it's not that bad, but I didn't realize that was Snow. I just thought,
Well, listen. Here's the deal. It's only one person in that whole video that's worth $300 million, and it's not the one with the heels on. So he doesn't. If he falls, it's a real problem.
he
If
ain't
she
gonna fall him
falls,
for
we
real.
can go to the doctor if she falls. If he falls, oh, it's some real issues if he falls. Most of the time you fall when somebody else, it's like when you roller skating and somebody don't know how to skate and they grab you and then both of y'all fall. Fuck that. No, you fall by yourself.
I'm like, are y'all deer? Are y'all baby deer? Like, get some legs together. He definitely should be a gentleman and help her.
Hey,
I'm like, as small as that girl is, he literally could pick her up, but
pick
or
her
should be able
up.
to. He should be able to. But the thing is, from a woman's perspective anyway, like, I mean, listen, if you're gonna go out, you know what I'm saying, and be a bad bitch, you're gonna have to be a bad bitch in all conditions. And if you can't, then change your shoes, girl. You should have worn something a little more comfortable, a little more, with some grip. You know what I'm saying? You got to plan because there are definitely heels too that have like, rigid like bottoms where you can actually like stick to shit. But you got to plan accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to understand what's going on because as Cardi B told us, hoe never gets cold. We gonna be in what we need to be in regardless of the weather report, but I'm just like, I just don't think those are the right heels for the conditions of,
And
you got to
I'm
think of everything outside of the place you're going to be at. How you going to get into this hoe? Like,
and
you
I'm
got
looking at his body language. I can tell that at the hotel he told her, "Don't wear them heels."
probably.
Because he didn't even stick out his arm so she can at least grab his arm. He just looking like, "Come on, man! I told you not to wear that bullshit. I told
Yeah,
you it was snowing and ice out here, and you said you wanted to put that on. So come on,
right.
come on. We here now. Shit, that nigga didn't even try.
I
That's
know.
that's a cold move. That's a cold.
Literally.
That's a cold move. But listen, that's what happens though. The game is the game. I'll put it out there like that, y'all. The game is the game. Maybe next time she'll put on some boots. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can still be sexy with boots. But
Hey.
I think maybe also too, like just understanding that this is the lifestyle of a baddie. You want you a baddie on your arm, you know what I'm saying? You might just have to let her grip your arm one time while she's walking in the meals. It's okay.
Can you imagine though if he tears his knee and I mean,
big ass. If he is that fragile, he don't need to be playing in the damn
Right,
NBA.
Roy is just
That's not making excuses
y'all.
really because you fragile, Roy. You go back, go
I
out.
don't
Somebody look at you
understand.
wrong.
There's
Like
been a lot of athletes that hurt themselves. Somebody tore their Achilles a couple years ago, slipping on something, going down the stairs in their house. Like you can hurt yourself in all kinds of ways. Out for the season. Now the Celtics ain't gonna win the championship. All my money down the drain. Fuck that. I got the Celtics winning. I need this nigga to be healthy this year.
well, he's still getting paid if he get hurt or
Oh,
not.
well, fuck him getting. I'm trying to get paid, nigga. Let her fall. She will be okay. No disrespect, young lady, but shit, we'll take you to the
We're gonna
doctor.
help the lady for real. Be a gentleman.
I mean, I'm with you, but
Especially if she's trying to like put that shit on for you.
he's a
Right.
$500 million nigga though. If he falls, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure he wouldn't choose the girl in the boots. If she had on boots, he'd have been looking at the bad bitch that showed up in heels. He'd have been like, oh.
that's true.
Hey, well, hey, the game. I'm not saying the game is played nicely. It's a dirty game.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a
but
dirty.
hey, he might not like her that much, honestly.
That's what the internet was saying. The internet kept saying, "Hey, he really don't like her like that."
Yeah.
That could be valid.
Hey, it happens, man.
Mhm.
All right, let's go here, man. Just a quick reset for y'all, man. If you haven't, please hit the subscribe button. We definitely do appreciate y'all, man, for doing that and joining us every single Wednesday night. It feels so weird because we did the show on a Tuesday last week. Like I felt like everything was off because I'm used to like 7 days, boom, boom, boom. I know where we gonna be at, and that extra day really threw me the hell off. I ain't gonna lie. Now everybody in my house got strep throat except me because my religion says that I don't get sick, so I don't got that kind of time. But everybody else is all sickly around her. And yeah,
You might
man.
have started. I feel like you were sick a couple weeks ago.
Was I on the show?
Like turns out you got them all sick.
Hold on. Was I on the show?
Right.
If I was on the show, I wasn't
You
sick.
are
I
the
was sick.
virus.
I showed up. I showed up and did what I do. You dig?
Okay.
You dig? So this week, because I want to get here, we got some other things we want to talk about. We want to talk about this old coon who turned in like $42,000. These old coons are something else. We're going to talk about him. And also, we're going to talk about Airbnbs are out here snitching. We're going to get to them too later on. Yeah, Airbnbs are out here snitching, Tori. Don't get confused. Yeah. These niggas at these Airbnbs, these motherfuckers will snitch on you. But I want to get to this because we're obviously coming off of Valentine's Day last week. And now it's time to get back into like everybody was in love. We preached love all last week. We were heavy on the love on this show last week. We talked about love songs, loving one another, saying I love you, how to say it, when to say it. Excuse me. But now we want to get back to the bullshit, so to speak.
Here we go.
Yeah. I want to talk about this. This doesn't resonate necessarily for everybody. But for the hit dogs out there, y'all can go ahead and holler out there in YouTube land or podcast land, wherever you are. let's talk about the reason why some people, right? Why you keep attracting toxic people, right? If it's one thing I hate a homeboy of mine, man. I keep, man, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, man, it's like third chick, man, showing the same bullshit. Yeah. That seems to be what you like, my nigga. They don't. Let's not be confused. You know what I'm saying? She looks just like the last two chicks too, nigga. You know? So, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but for me, I'm just gonna start off from a friend perspective first before I go to like maybe anybody individually. I really hate watching somebody that I'm seeing go through this cycle, and I'm like, no, they like this. They want to call me and talk about it, but like it's almost like it's excitement for them. You know what I'm saying? When like this shit is happening, it's like they're not really turned off. It's almost like this is what they want. They just want to complain about it too, though. You know what I'm saying, Lionel?
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be like, do you hear the words come out of your mouth? This shit sounds insane. Like, I don't know how you are interested at this point.
Right.
But clearly, it takes one to love one. Like, your ass is just crazy. Like, you right there with them, y'all neck and neck. Lunatics.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all need to stay together. Don't go out and mess anybody else up. Y'all two figure it out.
You know, I'm team like, okay, penal colony. Like, y'all need to be in Georgia. All of y'all that think like that, look like that, act like that. But no, it is a thing, and it's crazy when like I was just like the friend at one point that will talk you down, like, okay, well, like, okay, let's pay attention to this, and like maybe you just are overlooking this. And then I realized, like, wait, I feel like this is just what you are enjoying. Or this is just like your frequency. Like there's something you are like needing to learn in this. Like there's nothing I can do, I recognize. Like I'm gonna be blue in the face at some point. So not just like unplug and like and the cycle continues.
Yeah.
That's
It's the same. Because like every week, 2 weeks, we're having the same effing conversation. It's like, oh, here we are again. You
like, you can't like save people or like I mean, some people you can talk to and like they can like you can talk to someone and like they can hear you, you know. But then you recognize most people like have to go through a thing. Like they'll just like have to like get to a point where they're like, okay, this actually isn't what I want. Like God knows how long that could be. That could be like a lifetime. Like you might have to reincarnate in this bitch and be like, well, damn, like this is nice. It's peaceful. Right. But then some people can like hear that and like recognize, damn, this actually isn't benefiting me. This is stressing me the fuck out. So like that's just like what I'm learning is discernment with my own like advice, and discernment with like what I am like here to listen to too. Like half the time I'm not even here to have that conversation.
Right.
Like you know what you signed up for. You know you like this shit. Like stop.
Yeah, like don't come to me complaining about how your girl always wants to go out when the way that you met her was y'all used to see each other at all the clubs every weekend. Yeah, and now all of a sudden you're like, nigga, I don't know, nigga. She always want to be out in the streets. It's like,
you can't take it
all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, what the fuck, fam? Like, this is what she does, you dig? Or what he does. Let's not be weird now, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just hate those conversations where like they always come back to the same damn thing. It's like if we're gonna try to put like some, make a list of like why you keep, you know what I'm saying, attracting toxic people. Sometimes that's the bait that you're using to catch people. You're using toxic bait. You know what I'm saying? Like if you out all the time, you see her, y'all both out. Now she keeps wanting to go out. You can't be like, let's stop cold turkey, let's stay at the house. She don't want to, nigga.
Right.
I'm in these streets. You know what I'm saying? And look, to that person's defense who like, everybody knows this. It's some people that just like going out. It ain't even like I'm hooking up with folks. I'm having sex all the time. They just like being out. You know what I'm saying? They like going out with the friends, drinking. They like that whole scene. They just like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's tough to just like break a person up cold turkey. All right, you got to stop. Now, stop using that toxic bait that you catching people with. Let's stop that.
I feel like a vibe is huge. Like everything, obviously, like not to sound like a head ass, like Russell Brand or something, but like everything starts with you for real. Like a vibe is as much as it's a magnet, like to attract a thing, it's also like a repellent to like push certain shit away. Like I know for a fact certain shit can't reach me just because of my vibe, and that's just the bottom line. But then if you don't know that, God knows where your vibe is and like what you actually are attracting, because you're not repelling shit, you're not vibrating at a frequency to where they don't even feel comfortable approaching you. Like, they wouldn't even feel comfortable in like pursuing you in that way, because they're like, damn, I probably need to get my shit together before I like try going that route. Like, so that's all important. I feel like it start with you for real. Like, you really need to like make sure that you are like, on your shit. Because if you toxic, and then like they gonna definitely be like on your shit like gnats. Like gnats, you know, like when they just find around trash or like shit. Not to compare a person to trash or shit, but just like that vibe, that interaction between the two. It's like that's what it's gonna be like. They're gonna be on your shit unless you say like, you know what, let me clean it up in this bitch,
Yeah.
present myself like this, approach women in situations like this. Like, you know, here's the things I'm looking for. Until you have that conversation with yourself, and like you just for the wolves, for real.
Yeah, you see, and I don't know how you feel about this, Mo. Look, Mo turning her face up. I don't know how you feel about this, Mo, but you can answer this because I see a lot of times I see women, and men sometimes too. Shout out to the LGBTQ, goddamn it. But I see women have to grow out of the whole quote unquote bad boy phase. A lot of women just age out of that. Like they start off where that's kind of intriguing to them, and then at a certain point in their life, they're like, you know what? Nah, I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? But they have to kind of like it's some bullshit and they kind of deep down they know it, but it's something about it they like until they get to a point that they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm done. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm, I guess. I'm like, I think it's about balance and what where are we defining bad boy? Are we talking about toxic bad or like bad they just be, kind of into like the some illegal shit or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Well,
what
yeah,
I'm like trying to
yeah.
understand because I mean I feel like
Yeah, I'm talking about the niggas that want to do some illegal shit. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking
yeah.
about some little dusty niggas. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to live on the edge a little bit.
There you go.
You can live on the edge a little bit, girl. If you want that man. I mean, it's a lot of look. It's a lot of girls that be going after the scammers. The scammers be always with a woman.
Look
Always
at
got a
Torian. Look
boo.
at
Always
Torian.
got somebody on their side. Like, don't matter. Like, they like that shit. So, and I
Yeah,
can't. I mean, have I really ever liked bad boys? I mean,
this is the generation that
I have a bad gal, so I'm like,
sexy red is
I've been
raising
a
a
bad girl
generation
in my
of
days.
this.
You know what I'm saying? So it just is a little different whenever I think some people are expected to be that way because I always get the you just look so innocent and so sweet and I'm like good, that's good.
It's working.
I'm glad that you think so. Yes. I can never like
Right.
Hilarious.
well the things you've lied about.
Yeah, even pertaining to your mother.
Yo, I'm sorry. I'm very unserious with this topic. I was gonna say though, as far as like the toxic topic, um, I kind of I understand where you're coming from, Lionel, when you talk about like energy, what you're attracting.
Mhm.
But I also have the perspective of like true toxic people do not care. Like they don't give a fuck. They don't. Like they genuinely don't. They will do and be whoever just to get in, where they need to get in. It doesn't matter how good of a person you are, it doesn't matter how shitty of a person you are. Like toxic people do not care because I just that's just how I feel. Like I
Yeah,
really
I
don't care.
agree to that. I really,
There's
that
like
makes sense.
bounds to where, like, oh, if I want that girl that's working at the bank, whatever, I'm toxic as hell. I'm gonna still do that because I don't give a fuck. I want what I want and I'm gonna do what I want to do because it's all about self and not really worried about, what that should do to other people. Are you even ready for a person like that? They don't care about that shit. They just only worried about their wants and what they
But what
need.
I'm saying no Mo, if you the girl working at the bank and this the third time this didn't happen to you, come on, baby girl.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's a pattern, then you got to choose wisely. Obviously, that's on your part about, your discernment about who you're like involving yourself with. Because, yeah, like a repeat offender type thing is crazy. Like, you got to get it together, boo, man or woman. But I think
Can it be
that's
confidence? Can it
it
be a
comes to a
confidence thing
skill. I
sometimes?
think it comes to a skill of like really kind of filling out that toxic shit, like and whether you're good at reading people's energy or not. Because there's just people that I come across in life that I just can't put my finger on it and I can't explain it, but it keeps me away from you. Something about it,
Mhm.
like I'll come across people where I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't get too close.
Yeah.
And there's something in just I don't know if it's my intuition, my just like my instincts, you know what I'm saying? That just kind of keep me from that type of shit. Because a number of people I've come across, even just like coming out from like high school, and people that was really trying to be in my space that I just never associated with myself with, like end up doing some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, like I've always had that feeling like something was off, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Thank God.
if there's also the people who just ignore it, like who try to act like, oh, they're the victim. Oh, and see, that's some toxic shit. You acting like you the victim when in reality you like the shit that you're subjecting yourself to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's boohoo, oh me, like when it happens, but you're not doing anything to change it. That I feel like can be considered toxic behavior too. So at the end of the day, you kind of talk, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and just like low vibrations, because like I think Roy hit the nail on the head, because like confidence plays such a big role in that, because you could be as beautiful and as successful as whatever, but they be going through some shit because they don't feel like that about themselves. Like they be feeling like God knows what it feels like on the inside to just be like putting up with that kind of shit, or certain just like toxic shit. Or like even not even recognizing that you a lick at this point. Like this person is totally trying to come up, and like I'm sure your life will be better. Like you gotta recognize that. Like, that's crazy. But I was saying that the other day too, man. I was just saying probably yesterday, like there's, if I either like love you as a person, like, or I just like, like there's something I'm like, I can't fuck with you. It's not even like disrespectfully. It's like I don't say that, well, I do say that facetiously. It's like it's either I really love you as a person, I'm like, okay, it's love, or it's just like I can't fuck with you for real. Like, and it doesn't have to be like anything that's happened. Like, there's just something that tells me, and like that I can just feel and read. And that who knows what like bullets you're dodging for real.
Like
that shit. People like, but they look good though. Like, like God knows.
Right, let that lead you through your life. We'll see how far you get.
Then you gotta go through some shit.
And that's me growing up too, like, just getting older and like maturing and just understanding that like I haven't really been pressed about, like obviously I've been in, a relationship, but it's like regardless, I know that if I were to be single, like that's not the end all be all for me. Like he just gotta be like, but I mean, of course I want to be attracted to the person, but that's not the necessity to where it's like, okay, like I'm gonna just overlook everything else because you fine. Like that's crazy.
I think that's another good point. Like there are people that I recognize just be feeling like they need to be in a relationship. And like now your ass is jumping and jumping and jumping. And now you don't stop. Like now you're just subjecting yourself to more bullshit because your vetting system is not thorough enough. Yeah. Like you're just getting hit by bullshit left and right. And like, yeah. You gotta just really not even be that person. Fuck these hoes. Like, give yourself a break for real. Take a step back, take a deep breath with it, go for a jog with it, look at the sky, count some leaves, and then think about the next bitch.
Go get a hobby, find yourself a little bit,
Yeah, go
just spend some time with you and really start to get, because I was kind of always like in a relationship growing up and shit. So like I came to a point where I was finally like, all right, like I just need to chill. Like,
did you feel like that though on the inside, like you needed to be in a relationship? Or did you or was it just like
I didn't feel like the necessity, because they were still like longer term relationships. Like they were still like, I was with these people with like at least a couple years where we really spending like time in a relationship. So I feel like that, well, in my opinion, applies to people who are just like maybe a few months. Okay, like 2-3 people that you dating in a year, like that's kind of crazy. Like actually in a relationship with, that's a little crazy. But it also came to a point where I was like, you know what? It's just time to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just time to just be me and figure it out. Like, and it was the best thing to decide for myself. You know what I'm saying? At the time when I actually did it, it was like the best thing. So it's like now I feel like I'm actually capable and ready, you know what I'm saying, with relationships. But people don't allow themselves that space.
No, a lot of people don't do that and don't take the necessary time for them. And I know a few people like that, but I hate to see them that as like that. Like you can't be by yourself at all. Like you just always got to be in a relationship, or like, just talk to
no, people be uncomfortable with themselves. Like for real,
you gotta get up on your good foot.
I mean, like I be
fragment, but bullet fragment.
not too much.
I'm dead.
No, but I had tweeted the other day about how like I just love like myself. Like I just love being by myself, and like a lot of
Right.
people can't do that. You know, like they can't sit in a room and just be like tickled by their own self. Like that'd be me. Like, gotta
Oh,
be tickling
No,
by.
I be having a motherfucking
I be like,
ball.
damn, I am
alone. I be having a
crazy.
ball.
I'm not just say that to myself right now. Like, I feel what I was high too, but still, I was just like, I was just in my room, and I just like did a heavy sigh for some reason, and I was like, sometimes you gotta breathe, and I was like, why would I just randomly just say myself that shit?
No.
I just enjoy my own company. A lot of people don't enjoy their own company, and
Yeah.
it's sad to see for me, honestly. Like as somebody who can be by myself and enjoy being by myself, it don't
And
feel
the
like I
little,
need somebody
the little,
around me.
the little bit of time I've known you, though, I feel like you've done like a lot of work on yourself too. Like you've been like super like intentional with like yourself, and, like where you see yourself going and being. So like that's people be overlooking that part. So then like God knows what it's like to like sit with yourself and the whole time you're not even okay with a lot of the shit.
Right.
well, the little bit of time that I've known you, your behavior became more birdish. So I don't
Right.
know what Lionel is saying.
Look at you.
I don't know what the hell Lionel's saying.
You say
Hold
you're
on. Let me get my Carmel sister in here. What up, Naomi?
Not Carmel. I was like, who is he talking about? Hey y'all, happy No Strings Day. I'm
Hey.
late as fuck, but I'm finally up in this bed. I'm finna smoke me a J.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, but okay, so let's go through again. My main thing, I feel like a lot of people who are, as most said, repeat offenders, right? Who keep attracting these toxic people. Personally, I think at least one part of it can be just confidence, right? Like because if anybody could just come along and you keep falling for the first person that comes along and says something nice or compliments you or does something for you, and that's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? To me, is it like a confidence? Is it something that happened that maybe you didn't get at home growing up? I hate to always have to go there, but a lot of times that's the truth, right? Are you overcompensating for something? Because it all comes back to what y'all just said, is that maybe you at some point you do have to take some time, right? And just say, let me just figure out me at this point. I always say this. I feel like not all, but a lot of people play a huge role, right? In their own, I don't want to say demise, but like if they're being taken advantage of, you have to kind of play a role. It's like if somebody's conning you, right? You actually play a role in the con. You know what I'm saying? Like a part of the con game is that you have to somehow, I'm not saying you intentionally doing it, but sometimes it can be subconsciously, right? That you just want to be somebody like the movie How to Be a Player, right? I don't know if y'all ever seen it with Bill Bellamy. A part of his game and How to Be a Player was, right? A part of his game in that movie was to quote unquote attract the better looking girls in the party. Is you go and you talk to like one of the more not so
Homely,
traditionally,
women.
homely looking girls, and someone who's not traditionally attractive. You go and talk to her, right? Make her feel good, and then everybody like, oh my god, he's so nice. You over talking to her, like, damn, okay, shit, okay, da 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 da. But that girl that you just talked to now, that little homely chick, she like, oh shit, this nigga here, this fly nigga talking to me. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like it, like all this shit can be very problem fucking
Oh,
man.
that's crazy. Did that happen to me?
Jesus.
Was I the homely girl? Was I the homely girl?
Wait, but did we break down like what is toxic? Did y'all touch on what y'all consider like toxic people?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I see. For me, I consider somebody toxic anybody who quote unquote isn't good for you. So toxic comes in all shapes.
I mean, that's not fair. Come on now.
And no, that's 100% fair.
I mean, somebody that's
100%
not
fair.
good for you. So
Yes.
I mean, I guess I feel like shit. 85% of these relationships toxic then, and we going.
There you go. I'm not disagreeing with you. Listen,
most of that shit needs to be cut out.
Naomi, the divorce rate is over what? Oh, like 60%? I'm with you.
I'm like, I don't know. You know, I'm off that marriage shit. I didn't left that marriage shit for y'all.
I feel like somebody that's toxic is somebody that's like, of course, it goes to the self. Like, obviously, it goes into like who they are. It's like someone that's avoiding growing as a person, doing the work to like be better, especially in ways that are showing up in their life, is like, damn, that's kind of problematic, or that's an issue, or that's like gonna be a thing. And like, oh, just overlooks.
Only if you're trying to grow.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
that's true. Well, yeah,
I
because
feel
y'all
like
could
you
both
can't even
be.
give because a lot of people aren't really focused on self-improvement. Like they're
Yeah,
not really like caring about getting better. Like,
yeah,
people are getting in relationships just for sex and just for the looks and
and
just
that's
like to be able
toxic.
to tell people I have a boyfriend or I have a girlfriend and like
Yeah,
I'm doing this and that. So I feel like yeah,
Right,
but
but
I guess Roy's definition of toxic, anything that's like not good for you, someone who's not good for you. Because I guess that is like toxic,
yeah,
something that's
because you
like
can be with somebody
poison
like,
to you.
yeah, because you can be with somebody that like, man, you like the way they look, the way they make you feel, but they do some shit that you know is not good for you. Like maybe you had a problem with drinking, they always drunk. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to stop. You trying to now, like, no. Even though they got all these good traits, I don't need to be around that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I can't. You know what I mean? Or you saying like, I know some people. This is sound, to me, this shit is crazy. But some people get in their 30s and start saying, hey, I want to, with my next person I get in a relationship with, I want to be celibate. You know what I'm saying? And if the yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but trust
Nobody
me,
gets in a I feel like maybe when they're not in a relationship, they could choose
shit.
celibacy. But you think they get in a relationship and be like, okay,
Not I think I know. What the hell you mean I think? I know. I
I'm
can
like,
name
nigga
you.
calling me.
I can name you a half a dozen relationships off the top of my damn head. So like, yeah,
you can
this
No,
have a
but people
crazy
do
number.
start
I remember one time you
treating
said, I know 17 people, and they like not a half a dozen. That
yeah.
is crazy.
I'm trying to tell because look, what happens is people get older, they go through shit, and then they come into a relationship and say, okay, this time I want to quote unquote level set and I want to do this now. Okay, I like you, Mo. So instead of us just doing this, this, and this, because I've done that and it didn't work, let's try this. And I'm the nigga that's gonna tell you, don't try that shit on me, right? Try that with
Yeah.
another nigga. I want the old you that was fucking. I
But
don't
that's
want the
kind
new
of
you.
like partially toxic on your part. If you like actually like the
And I'm
person.
not good for her at that point. I'm
Yeah.
agreeing with you,
But
Lionel.
see, that's why I feel like your like statement is like it's not all the way wrong, but it leaves just too much like gap space for other shit. Because it's like a person could, I mean, not good for you, yes, toxic by like definition, but somebody that's not for you though, like that doesn't make them toxic. Like you can recognize like, oh, this probably just isn't the best fit, or like this won't work in the way that I see like I would want it to, and like that's just like okay. But like then there's people that actually are toxic for you, and it's like based on these thoughts, this behavior, these decisions, these actions, like it's literally like bringing harm or like
So
breaking
you
things.
got you got Future Toxic, right? Right? The
Yeah.
artist Future Toxic. That would be like the top level of toxicity, right?
Mhm.
And then you got like, let's say, I don't know, let's say Usher level toxic to where like he's probably harmless, but like he likes to grind on folks in the club, right? It's probably harmless.
I'm like all Atlanta niggas the same level of toxic. I'm like, you gotta switch cities with that. And you can't give Usher a Future because they on the same.
I'm just saying though, like I don't
I'm
know
like,
if
and
Usher
Usher
gonna be.
worse because he's been at the top of it since '01.
But I'm
Okay.
just saying, I'm just saying, like it's. I think it's levels. That's why for me, I just want to rid all of it from me, right? I don't want it to be around it. I don't want it, and that's why I'm saying I think that's how people get caught up in the. I love what Mo said, being a damn repeat offender and attracting toxic people is because you say, well, Torian was, hey, but he was all right, you know what I'm saying? And now look, you are right back in that again. Fell for somebody similar to Torian. Now you right back here again.
No, that remind me of a TikTok I seen, or it was a video. It was something, but yeah, it was a TikTok of this girl saying like, "You think it's all cute because like your ex is spinning the block, but really, he just trying to see if you still stupid." And it was like, damn, and everybody was like, like that's that toxic shit. Like you don't be realizing like. You think, oh, I got that good shit. Niggas come back like, no, niggas just trying to make sure you still stupid, you still letting the same shit go by,
Can I
and,
steal
and
it?
you proving them right. Like,
No, and it can't be like that. Cause I feel like I can have my toxic ways, but why I think we attract toxic people, I feel it's really just for our growth and our evolution on a soul level. I feel like
Hold on.
You
So you
know,
saying we need to? We got to do this?
I mean, that's how we learn best, honestly. And on the earth realm, we learn best through trauma and pain. And
Jesus Christ. Okay, go
sorry,
ahead.
I'm like, niggas don't like the soft lessons. They don't like when spirit is just like, no, that one's probably not it. No, they need like, okay, this nigga done cheated on you 42 times, girl. Like, so now it's just like, and now you're at your wit's end. Like, it may have took the fucking whole train to hit your ass, but now it's like, then that's what forces you to step into like, okay, let me look at myself. And that's the whole point of that shit. It's like, okay, you were actually not connected with yourself. And so you put all this shit on another person. You were loving up on another person. You were like enmeshed and like fucking codependent on another person. And baby, that shit got to be broken down. Or you're going to be codependent to a person that is going to treat you like shit. That's not really valuing you. That's not like really loving you and showing your worth. So I feel like relationships at the end of the day, like this shit, it teaches us our lessons. And I say that as a Libra because I definitely learn through love. You know, I learn and evolve through love for sure, for sure. And yeah, and sometimes you can't just be attracting toxic people just because you got that toxicity in yourself. I also believe that, you know, everybody that we interact with is a mirror to like who we are, is reflecting something. So even when you're not fucking with something and somebody else is, what up, more grand. So even when you're not like, you don't like something in somebody else, I feel like that's always a way to like be able to look at yourself and do like a little inner work. Like, okay, what's really going on here? What's the root? Let's get deep into it.
Okay, that's deep.
Yeah, I see. So I mean, I don't disagree, but I don't think I've ever. I ain't a hard headed nigga. I ain't gonna lie. I am not hard headed. If I see Naomi bump her head, I am not gonna try to jump. Trust me. I watched her bump her head. I believe that I will hit my head. I'm not gonna.
I'll be like, no, she bounced off the wrong foot.
No, I'm like, and I would have been like, that's just me. Like, what about you? You haven't even tried for yourself.
Like, I saw her; she was way too close to the edge when she jumped. You gotta get it.
I'm shorter than her. Like,
Right.
See, I was at a young age. I got traumatized very early, so I understand that if they say that stove is hot, I don't need to touch it. I'm just gonna take it at face value. I'm like,
that's good. You were listening as a kid.
Yeah, I didn't play that.
That's
like
good.
My sister was the rebellious one, not me.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't listen.
Not me. If they
I still don't listen now.
Like, don't touch the bottom of it's hot. Like, don't touch the bottom of it. It's hot.
Yeah,
like,
Exactly.
I'm not gonna do it. Listen, my cousins used to call me scary back when I was little. Fuck that.
I'm like,
nigga.
that would have had to been you, yo, scary goody two
Yeah.
shoes. I'm like, don't even bring.
You were Chucky from the Rugrats. I was Tommy.
that's crazy. They
Right. I was always like, hold on. Y'all want to go into these woods? I don't know. They said that in these woods is this in here and that in here. I don't know if we should do this, guys.
I'm like, that don't mean it's gonna come for us. Let's go.
Yeah, fuck that. And the whole time we walking through the woods, I'm like, I don't know. Did y'all hear that? I told y'all we shouldn't have came in here. Some bullshit.
Like, oh, don't bring your cousin Roy no more. You gotta let me know if he coming beforehand.
Yeah, listen. Cause look, the problem is that like that's
because we're being bad out here. We're not listening to what our parents said.
Those lessons, though, Naomi, while very valuable, are very hard lessons. And to everybody's point, they can sometimes take a long time for people to learn. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just simply saying that like everybody figures that out at their own time. That's why I said, excuse me, that's why I was saying earlier that you get people. Uh-oh, I hit the wrong button. Hold on, we still live? Okay, we good. My fault. All right, cut us off. You get people that, you know, they're going through shit, and then all of a sudden, and then they start trying to reflect on what they used to do and old shit, and it's like none of that works because all of that shit was fucked. You got to throw that whole decade out. You know what I'm saying? You can't use.
Yeah, that's where you don't got to throw it out.
Yeah, you got to throw that out. Everything you was doing was wrong.
Extract the lesson.
Nah, I'm out. Throw all that shit away.
No, because then that's when you're making stupid ass decisions. Like, okay, let me just be celibate.
No, I'm not saying
not fucking my nigga in a relationship.
I'm not. Well, listen. Those women doing that. I know some men doing it too. That's some wild shit. That's some extreme. You got extremists on every level. right? They want to
Like celibate and just trying to like wait until marriage.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Like just not have not that's crazy.
Don't ask me. Shit.
That's not crazy. That's life.
Let's
I
go,
mean,
Torian. Tell him,
I could
Torian.
get being celibate, and then like you get into a relationship and like you're still celibate. But if you've been like fucking and then like you're like, okay,
So hold on, Naomi. So
I'm gonna
hold
stop.
on.
I'm gonna just stop having sex, even though I found this person I want to be in a relationship with.
Yeah, because maybe at this point, right, you're doing some self-reflection, some self-healing, and you feel like, you know what, we
do
have
that on your own, baby. That's me. I'm like,
that means you really didn't love that person then. If
no,
Right.
I believe in reconnection, baby. We got time. Okay. Like, and if we don't got time, then we just don't have time. But I feel like we got time. Like, shit could change in a year, in 2 years, and like 5 years. I'm still young. Like,
hilarious. I'm just saying though that like if that person wants to take that path with you, because they don't want to break up with you, they're just saying, hey, let's just, here's where I am right now. Here's what I'm thinking that I would like to do. I would like if you would support me in our relationship in doing this. Now, look, to your point, you can say I'm cool and I'm out, but I thought y'all said that y'all was in love last week. Nobody in love no more.
you can't fall in love with like. I don't know.
Fall in love without the dick. What you trying to say? Now?
Yeah, I'm like, dang. What am I
And they were like, yes.
I'm not falling in love with it. Like, and even I feel like even if I did like meet a nigga and I was in love, like off top, if he not giving me no dick, I'm gonna be feeling away. Like, I'm gonna be feeling away. I'm gonna be so sad. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be like Bella. That's why Bella was tweaking on fucking Twilight. Okay, like. Cause no way I'm in love with you. Like you just looking good as fuck, and no. I'd be like, why not?
You said Bella in Twilight, hilarious. She was fucking with a werewolf and a goddamn vampire.
She was only ever fucking with a vampire. Her best friend was just a werewolf.
Was he her best friend?
Yes, he's her best friend.
Y'all stop. Y'all please stop. Please stop.
I was in love with her.
Times.
He wasn't. He loved her.
Of course he did.
It was never like she was always in love with Edward. So it was never even a fair competition. Like it was never gonna be the werewolf.
But it was a competition. It wasn't fair, but it was
he thought the werewolf nigga thought it was boom. I said it never was a competition. The werewolf nigga thought he could have had a chance.
Cause she was stringing him along.
No.
And then look, the werewolf so cold-blooded, that nigga imprinted on her daughter. That nigga cold-blooded. That was some cold-blooded shit right there.
That was nasty.
It was nasty.
I got a favorite TikTok about that. It was like Jacob really imprinted on that baby. Like they couldn't write nothing else. Like he had to like really imprint.
That was some toxic shit. He said, "Oh, you don't want to be with me?"
I'm like, honestly, I feel like all that shit works out perfectly with them imprinting, like, because they just get to be a whole immortal family forever.
I don't know what you want to call that, Naomi. That's some weird insight.
I'm like, but y'all haven't even read the book, so I can't even talk about people.
I have read the book. Well, my wife read
the book.
My wife read it too.
Back like you.
Exactly.
My wife got the book. She read it.
I'm a scholar.
Them books is like that goddamn thick. Them books thick as shit.
Huh?
Them books is like this fucking thick. Them shit's thick as fuck.
Roy can't read.
You
don't read big books.
Not reading that shit.
Grow up. That's the best book.
But you don't know what really be going on.
My wife read. I told my wife to read it out loud when she was reading the shit.
Because you couldn't read it yourself.
Read for the class.
Read it yourself, Floyd.
No.
We got Floyd Mayweather on the.
Me and Floyd make enough money to have people read to us. God damn it! Fuck all that. Got time for this shit. Shout out to my nigga Floyd out here, man. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather, my guy. He recently had some words to say about P. Diddy. Shout out to Floyd.
Crazy.
I support Floyd.
Even crazier.
Support Floyd, God damn it. But no, getting back to so again, we're talking about why you, not me, why you keep attracting toxic people. Because I know a lot of folks, and I've been having conversations with friends. I've listened to my wife have conversations with her friends for years. and it seems like it's the same conversations, right? About them dating different people, but it's the same conversations over and over again that they're having. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, we got to get to a point where we're saying, hey, like the joke Cat Williams had years ago. What is it about your pussy, right? That keep attracting ain't shit niggas. You understand? We got to figure that out.
But on the
Right,
contrary,
pussy's
though,
energy.
on the contrary,
No, like, and it literally is. So when you just kept saying like it's the same situation, like it's different people, that's just showing that it's a type of energy. And so like that energy is attracting to you for some reason. And until you like get to the bottom of that shit, until you fucking work through, clear whatever that shit is just gonna keep reappearing.
Some Groundhog Day shit. You got to keep doing it until you get it right.
no. But I got a question.
That's life.
What's your question, Mo? Raise your hand in the class. Let's go.
Right, raise your hand.
Anyway,
I didn't call on you. I didn't call on you.
Anyway, so
Torian.
Well, according to my calculator, I'm just kidding.
because okay, we just talked about how
Get it out, Mo. You know I can't do this.
I was just saying, which I agree. Don't get me wrong, like that people don't want to do the work on themselves. Like, absolutely, I understand and I agree. But I'm trying to make it all right. Whoa.
Calm down, Jamal.
Don't pull out the knife. When we're sitting here saying that, like, people don't want to do the work on themselves, is there another perspective to where it's like, okay, maybe it's not the fact that people attract toxic people. Maybe it's just hella toxic people out here that ain't doing the work on themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Unhealed people, and maybe you're one of them. That's what the shit turns into. Like, wait, is it me? That's what it comes down to. Like, this is. Have I been sabotaged?
But I also kind of understand, like, too, like I made my point in the beginning of the conversation in saying, at the end of the day, toxic people don't give a fuck. Like, toxic people will literally maneuver and manipulate however they have to. Now, it coming down the line, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some master manipulators out there. They don't care about what you got, you love and light, and this and the third. Like, that shit don't matter as long as they're getting what they need. And that's why I said it kind of, for me anyway, in my opinion, there's a lot of selfishness tied into that toxicity. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's no consideration outside of anything but yourself. So I don't know.
That's why I could definitely be toxic. Like, I definitely be having my toxic times because I definitely can be a bit self-centered at times. Yeah. So I feel like I definitely feel that. But when I look back on past relationships, I'm trying to think, like, have I been attracting toxic people? I feel like on a certain level, I had to, like, at a certain time when I was like kind of like dating and fucking on niggas, like, because I was living in a type of toxicity. Like, I was on some shit that wasn't good for me, right? Like, using Roy's definition, like, and in relationships, I knew that wasn't good for me in the long run. But I also wasn't thinking about the long run. I'm like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
But that's what I was. But that's what I was saying on Naomi, because like, I feel like sometimes by me saying something that's for me, it's not good for me, that person might not, quote unquote, even fit the definition of most people's definition of toxic. That's what I was saying.
I feel like people kind of like think on the extreme of like,
right, like that's what I'm saying. Like so again, like, if I going back to like a very simple example I was using earlier, some like if I meet a young lady, we get together, we've made a decision that we're gonna be committed, but she likes to go out a lot, right? For some people, it's like, oh, she just likes to hang out. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I might be in a space in my life to where, like, I'm trying to get away from that because of whatever decisions I was making when I was going out all the time. I don't want to go out because I was doing stupid shit, and I just want to separate from that. So even though she might not be, quote unquote, really toxic, technically, she just like, that's just what she does. for me, it's not the right. Like it's just wrong for me. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I gotta label that toxic for me because it's just wrong. Like I don't need to be around
No,
that right
and
now.
that definitely makes sense. And I think if we were to take it further to where like maybe that would be your soft nudge from spirit, like that you shouldn't be fucking with her, like because she obviously like to go out and you not on that going out shit, but you decide
Right.
to keep fucking with her, and like so maybe she's pulling you out, and so now you are out drinking on drunk shit, like
Right.
maybe you want some dumb shit, boom, you fucking crash a car or you fucking get in a fight, you
Right.
get in jail, like, and it's like, so these are the things that like really will just pull you back, like, okay, I'm not fucking with this bitch. So like if you are listening, I feel like that shit would just get.
And that's what I'm saying, because like sometimes the person themselves might not even be doing anything, right? That's quote unquote really toxic. It just might be like what they're into, where they are in their development at that point might not be right for you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and that also just goes into like discerning a partner too, right? Like, and then like people have to get into like, why are you even in a relationship, or what are you looking for in this relationship? Are you even looking for a partner? Because I feel like I know at this point, like when I do, like I definitely would like to have a life partner, like somebody that I'm like actually doing this life shit with, you know, hand in hand. But some people aren't looking for a partner. Some people like want to be like, no, I actually want more control. I don't want us on equal footing. Like
Right.
I want one of us to be up here and I want one of us to be down there,
Right.
you know?
That's why I feel like there is a line though between like somebody not being good for you and then being toxic. Like, yeah, it may be like toxic for you, but like that doesn't make them a toxic person. Like, that doesn't even mean that you attracted a toxic person. Like that's just like not a good match. Because like somebody that's like, okay, in that instance, like, okay, this isn't gonna be good for me based on X, Y, Z. Like, okay, that's one thing, and like you gotta be like so whole enough like to recognize that and step back versus like people that like really are toxic and like don't take accountable or accountability or like are gaslighters or like will manipulate you into some shit or like just
Okay,
like,
so that's what you think of
that's
when you
what I think because like it's like they're actual traits because like if you zoom all the way in then like yeah like I mean like that person that's like doing things that are like counterproductive to what you're trying to accomplish like yeah that's like not a good match, it's not compatible, but that, like you said, that doesn't make them a toxic person in the grand scheme. It's just like y'all aren't a match. But then like there's across the board, bitch. Like it's undeniable that bitch is toxic. That bitch never takes accountability. This person never ever goes to work and does not desire to earn and like add to the household. But this person like lies about every little thing and like intentionally tries to hide shit. Like there's real like hard like
Yeah.
definite like
But
toxic shit.
that's why I was saying I think it's levels of toxicity, right? Like there's to your point, there's a level that is like we don't gotta have no conversations. Everybody know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we know exactly what that nigga, what he's about, she's about. And then it comes, it becomes levels of this shit. And some people can disguise their shit very like Mo was I think
Iceberg.
Mo
Like,
was talking
it's
about
like
like
iceberg versus like under the water.
like a lot of these people can become they can become chameleons in their toxicity, right? And they can just blend in and be whatever you want them to be at that time until they start getting what they want, whether it's just sex, whether it's money, whether it's both, whether it's just like they just want access. I know motherfuckers. Naomi always talks about the what do you call them? Hobosexuals? Is that what they call?
Right. But that's the thing, like shit stinks. Like that's like shit is like you're never gonna be able to have some shit in your room and be like, well, it's just like no, like you're gonna smell that shit. Like that's what for me it's like, yeah, you could be all that shit, but it's just like there's from my perspective at least, it's biased, but like there's gotta be something there that's like like
But let
you're
me ask you this though.
like you want some shit.
So
Like,
let's talk about this. So let's talk about this because Naomi talks about this all the time on the show. So what about like your first time running across what Naomi? I don't know what this definition is, but a hobo. What's it called? A hobosexual? Is that what we're talking about? What do you think it's called? That's homeless.
a homosexual when somebody don't have no place to stay, so they get in a relationship to be in the house. Like
Right. Okay.
Roy
So
know
this
what
is
it is. He won.
hilarious. So your first time running across that might be something to like really fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you might have thought like it was a real connection. They wanted to like move in because they wanted to quote unquote build something, and you had a place they didn't, but they had this ambition and they talked a great game, and like before you know it, you like, hold on, this motherfucker just plays Madden all day. What the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like we can take a mulligan with that first time, but now you won't. You met your third person who's done the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like
And you overlooking the smell. You gotta
Like
spray
early,
air freshener over some shit. It's like it stinks, and you just get instead of getting the shit out, you like go get the air freshener in the instant. It's like you overlook the whole fact that this person is trying to move in with you. They don't have a place to stay. Like you don't have family to go to. Like first of all, why are you? Why am I your concern?
but
Second,
that would
where's your
see.
family?
But my question would be though, Lionel, is why would you even continue to entertain people like that?
That's the whole thing. That's why I feel like is to get to the point to where you've been like manipulated or like, oh damn, bitch, you was a snake. Like I don't know what you would have overlooked. Like I know that there's got to be something because just in the universal law of things, like a duck is gonna quack. Like like shit stings. Like so, there's gonna be something. Whether you like recognize that or not, you might want to go back to the drawing board to say like, okay, fuck, like this is how my gotten played. Like the couple of times that I got scammed or whatever, you better believe I went back to that drawing board and like never again, bitches. So like, but that's what it takes. Like, thank God for reflection, thank God for water, thank God for mirrors. Like, bitch, looking at shit and get to the bottom of it because there's something there for you. Like, you're responsible too. Like, get into that shit, get the shit out, mop, sweep, clean.
so,
Are
but
all,
people are like,
okay, go ahead.
I'm not gonna do all that. They're like, look at all that work you described. I'm just gonna like lay
Just
on this.
move on.
Like
Yeah, and
I
then the
love
next one's
you.
gonna be a master at
They're
that.
like, whatever.
And then the next, because like you said, it's soft nudges, and like that's just also universal code. None of this shit escapes. That's why I appreciate and love science, and like the fact that all of it makes sense. Because like yeah, it is a soft nudge first, and like damn, I'll probably overlook that. Next time it's gonna be like a push on the shoulder. After that, you still overlooking the fucking signs. You getting slapped in your shit. Then after that, you getting picked up and like body slam, bitch. Then you
Like,
gonna
oh,
get
this what you wanted, huh?
yeah, choke slam. Like, yeah, it's never gonna end. It's gonna get worse and worse until it's like, okay, take off the finger, take off the pinky. Okay, big toe gone. It's like it just gets louder.
So let me ask y'all: are all, in y'all's opinion, are all toxic people narcissists?
No.
I think
I
narcissists
don't
are nice
even like,
people.
I don't even like that people be calling like all these girls be calling niggas narcissists and shit. I'm like, bitch, for what I don't like, but the internet loves or the generation, the times they love to like
Oh, a
fucking
label.
yeah, they love to like self-diagnose themselves with issues. Like, bitch, you're not a psychologist. You cannot just fucking label somebody a narcissist because he got played. Charge that shit to the game. Like, nigga, you miss some signs. Like, you just gotta eat that shit. Okay, it's liars out here. It's liars out here in the world. Like, you lie, you lie sometimes, bitch. So like, that's just life. Okay, and so you just gotta be careful out here, and you just gotta like learn how to peep shit, and then you just gotta learn how to eat the fucking losses, take the lessons, do better next time. Hope you do better next time, cause like shit, you're gonna get tested out here. Like it
Mhm.
might be a little toxic thing, but I don't know. Like maybe I just wouldn't never label. I actually would label only one of my like situationships. I couldn't even say like a relationship. I could see that shit as like toxic, or that shit would get toxic, but it was just because, yeah, no, that shit was just obviously like, but I was there with it. There was a time where I was so like fully engaged in that. And I think one of y'all was saying before, it literally takes two.
It
It
does.
always takes two. So like, that's why it's just so interesting. Even like, being in a relationship with someone and like, man, the things that love can teach you, like
Mm.
learn, and especially like when you do find those like true soul connections with somebody, like where the love is like true and like different. So it's like you're able to learn different lessons. Like you're able to see yourself. I used to have written on my mirror, I had just like wrote it down one day, is that people can't see themselves. That's why we need mirrors. Like, that's why we have other people. Like, because we cannot see ourselves with our two eyes. Like, we are never having a full like view. And so like people reflect different things back into us. So like at the end of the day, and that's just where I am on my journey now. It's just I'm always like looking back at me. Like there's nothing that can't trigger me that I'm not gonna have to like go back and revisit. Like what the fuck? Why was I like really upset about that? And like what is really going on, and like checking things and really like getting to know myself and like, you know, seeing what's really me and what's other things. And so that's also why I like this show, right? Because we're able to hear others' perspectives, and it like enlightens me and it like opens me up into different perspectives.
No, real shit.
But shout out to the No Strings podcast.
Yeah,
No, real shit. I think it's me personally. I think it's important just to hear. Like that was why when I started doing radio originally, I wanted to do talk radio. I knew I wanted to do news talk, and I knew I wanted to do news talk for a state for like ideology that I didn't necessarily agree with. I wanted to work there just because I wanted to hear their arguments. I wanted to hear exactly what it is that they were saying, how they were formatting. I wanted to like be engaged in like the other side because I knew what I thought. I knew how I was coming into it, and I knew that it was opposed to another side. So I was like, okay, let me go work with the other side because I want to be intimately involved in like every aspect of like how this is I want to see is it genuine? Am I tripping? Right. So like I think it's very important, not only for shows like this, but for shows there's a lot of great shows out there. I think we are the best. That's just my biasness, right? But like there are a lot of shows out there, man, where you can get a diverse opinions from a diverse group. I don't think you can find a group like ours, you know what I'm saying, that's swaggy, you know what I'm saying, that got niggas that's racially ambiguous with their hair pulled back. That guy
He's white.
He said he was racially ambiguous, not me. Torian toxic as hell.
Torian be using that Kim Kardashian makeup.
Oh shit.
That shit Kim Kardashian be using to look darker.
Damn.
I am caramel.
You know what? I want to see. Hold on. This hilarious. I want to see all this real quick. Did y'all catch this on the internet? So
no, we didn't.
Well, maybe somebody else did. Torrin, fuck you. Excuse me, an Airbnb host got sued recently because a guest sent a bad review. Right? They sent a bad review for the Airbnb. So what the Airbnb did was they went and they took a screenshot of the person coming into the Airbnb with another woman and apparently sent it to that person's wife.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, that's some messy shit. There you go, right there. That's the screen. They took that from the camera. They was like, oh, you want to send a bad review? Okay, hold on, nigga. Let me send this to your wife. Here's who you was coming into the Airbnb with.
I know that's right.
That's why I'm over Airbnb. Like, it's just gotten so messy over the years.
Yeah.
Seriously, they be having cameras in the play. Like, it's ridiculous. This was supposed to be fun. They be like, no parties. They be like, no parties. No more people than 2 people. Like, please.
So the full write-up says Airbnb host is being sued by guests because the host sent pictures of the guest with another woman to the guest's wife after he refused to pay $960 in fees and left a bad review.
Damn, $960. Well, this is a petty host. They said, bitch, like they really got in their bag with this one.
Right, and they gonna lose that case. That person's trying to sue them.
Well, you never know. People be surprising me with what they be winning.
You knew cameras right there. They probably had. It's probably in the fine print that it's cameras on the premises.
Yeah, but then the thing is, he shared.
That girl was probably looking.
But that doesn't mean that you can share images to third parties of the person that's staying in your place.
That's crazy.
That's a huge breach in privacy.
I mean, technically, he shared it with the client. That's his wife. That's his wife. He shared it with the client.
It seems like okay. So how do y'all think that he? So do you think that like his wife was probably in his profile?
No, he
No,
looked that
they
nigga
looked his
up.
ass up.
He went on Facebook, looked that nigga up,
And
and
they
said,
probably
"Oh,
Like, oh, this night.
Right, these hosts be regular people
Off
for
top.
real. So that's why it's a breach of privacy. Like I hope he wins that lawsuit.
and no, he not.
Like I'm not supporting him cheating, but like at the end of the day, that this is not professional at all.
That ain't your business,
No.
Airbnb.
That's
You
like
don't know who this woman is.
yeah, that's like Google like taking some of your emails because you didn't skipped out on your Google Plus like payment or whatever, and like now they sending shit to your spouse. They're like, look at
I
these
mean,
emails.
but it would be their property, right? It was their house. It was their video camera. They did see they were being recorded. So the video is theirs. It's their own private video to be able to do what they want, and they can share it with whoever.
Right, and I've had
You would have had to already put in writing, I do not consent to be monitored.
but they consented.
No sharing of it.
He can do what he wants. It's his
No, but once
Yeah.
Nah,
Yes,
you
he
can't do what you
did.
want, Torian.
No, you can't. You
Like-
cannot.
You gotta do what's like. It depends on how that agreement is written. I don't know how that agreement because like you can't just take like private stuff of me. Like I'm renting this place from you. There's a rental agreement, right? Like you can't just like you can't take pictures of me in the bathroom because this is his house. He can take pictures of you.
Yeah,
In
and
the
there's a lot of laws for that reason to that protects like rent tenant.
Yeah.
but
He's
that's
like
why it
extremely
wasn't no
protected.
inside. That's why it wasn't no inside photo. But
I
that's
mean,
just
it
on
is
the outside.
outside.
People get recorded every day.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know what
Let me say this.
when you step on that property.
Let me first say this. The better argument for the dude would have been, man, that ain't even me. I would have stuck with that ain't me personally.
or it's just a friend. That could just be his
No,
friend.
no, no.
Like, now they're causing.
I wouldn't have went down the friend thing. I would have went
Nah,
with
she
it
close
ain't me.
all up on him.
Yeah. Fuck the friend shit. It ain't me. Cause you don't see his face. And it's like a black and white picture. You can't really see what kind of colors he
You
got.
know, black women. She gonna know.
No, she like that's my man arm. My nigga.
Right,
My
that is
man
his
arm.
neck. That's his
You know,
neck right
see,
there.
don't
Look,
It's
I could see a shadow of the ear. That's him.
And I don't be like, man, don't let this nigga don't let this nigga at the Airbnb come between what we got. Don't let that come between what we
But
got.
I've also had like crazy thing. I have received an email from like a car rental place, and they were like trying to hit me up, trying to find out information about my cousin, who I don't really talk to like that.
Oh damn.
But I guess she had the car for too long, and it was like, and I looked at the email thing, and it was like everybody with like last name Suck. They was sending like this email out, putting their business out there. I'm like, damn. Like so.
Let's get to it, Torian. Did you snitch? Let's get to it. This nigga snitched. This nigga snitched.
I don't like this cousin. This cousin was horrible to me. So I
This
was
nigga
definitely
snitched.
like, I don't
Lord,
think I
Torian.
did. I definitely thought about it, but I don't think I did. No, I think I just said like, I was like, I don't know
I
who
feel
this
like
person
you
is.
did. I feel like you told him something, Torian. You
No,
cooperated.
he don't want to tell us because he would have just said no if he did it.
No, I don't know.
Torian
what
was like, I
said.
didn't snitch. I just gave the address.
See, he's not snitching on himself though.
No, I don't even know what the address is. I don't even know where they stay here. I don't know. nothing
Torian
about
was like, I don't know where he
He's
stayed.
like, if I
but
could help you, I would.
No, that's what the email probably said. I just
I'm
like,
sorry,
if
I
I could help you,
can't.
I will, but I don't know nothing about this person. I don't know.
like,
where they
you know
stay
what? I hate that nigga too. But I don't know where he is right
He
now.
owe me money too. Shit.
Here. No,
Let
fact.
me know if you find him.
Shit.
No, I thought this was,
nigga up.
but I thought this was crazy from Airbnb though. Like this is like you're taking images from the video and sending those to the dude's wife. Like that's wild.
Yeah,
That's wild.
it is. I'm
I'm
done.
with you, Rhino. Like that's crazy.
I don't know. Win is a win. I think it cancels out, in my opinion. It's like
That's
there is
crazy.
no story.
I don't
Like
know.
he
I
just
thought-
got to take that loss.
he gotta take that L.
Take
Like
that
he had to
L,
lose
bite
that
drill it.
960. You have to lose your wife, bitch. So
Damn.
That's why I'm glad he's suing. So I hope he wins.
So like maybe the Airbnb will get because maybe he's really owed them fees. Like not you like in debt. to Airbnb and you trying to bring a lawsuit.
I know.
Yes.
Maybe
This
that little ratchet chick he brought in there tore up the damn Airbnb. I'd whoop her ass. No, let me stop.
No,
Me
she
chill out.
was looking at the camera. She was like, "Yeah, bitch."
Right. She doing
Ah.
He cheating right now. I hope his wife find out about this somehow, some way. He was thinking that, looking up in that camera.
Did y'all catch this chick? She says, and I quote, "I'm exposing all y'all married cheating ass niggas in 2024."
Oh, now she knows so many niggas cheating.
That bartender girl?
I don't know. She's like kind of like I can't even say what color she is because Chili says she caramel. So I don't know. Let me just play the video. Here she go. Cause she with dude in his car. And yeah, here we go. Let's play some of this because my boy was in a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
I'm saying like real shit. But can't you stop doing that shit?
Why?
Why do you want to keep doing dumbass shit, bro?
Why? You just don't want your wife to see?
Bro, hey, real shit, stop, bro. Bro, turn the fucking camera off, real, bro. I'm not playing with you, bro.
You don't want your wife to see?
Bro, get out the car, please.
Because you're
get
married?
Out the car, please.
I gotta get out the car because you're married?
I'm not trying to put my fucking hands on you, bro.
I gotta get out the car because you're married?
Real shit, turn your fucking phone on, bro.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Gotta
be quicker than that.
Get out, bro. Get out.
Okay.
Get out,
I'm gonna get
bro.
out, but I'm gonna take my phone with me.
Car, bro.
I'm gonna take my phone with me.
Get out the car, bro. Real.
There you go. Knock the phone out of hand, as he should have.
Now that's toxic because I bet they slept together. She's like, okay, I'm putting my phone up now.
Right.
And look, I never know if these little shits are skits or whatever they are, but I just at face value at this point, right? Like, because everybody pulls
that one seemed kind of real.
Yeah, everybody pulls up their phone all the time, right? And she, and listen, let me say this, because she like, I'm exposing all you married niggas. Well, first of all, ma'am, if you knew he was married, why would you even go out with? Why would you go through all that? Because it seems like y'all in a parking garage at this point, so y'all done went somewhere. And now you want to expose a nigga after you done got a free meal? That's some bullshit.
I can't expose that nigga.
No.
He's like, no exposing the married.
You exposing niggas after? Nah, that's some bullshit.
Expose these niggas, girl. She doing the Lord's work. Go ahead. Like, pull these niggas.
Well, let me just say this.
Like, no.
I just want to tell her to be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying that's a threat. I'm just saying just be careful because that's a dangerous game she playing.
No, that is.
No, because he was like, I'm not trying to put my hands on you. He was ready to beat her ass 20 seconds in. So I felt
right,
like
but he knew he couldn't because it was recorded. Like,
I mean, goddamn, I'm married and you out here trying to record me as I'm trying to, what the fuck you mean? Yeah, I'm upset. Like, here's the reality about a lot of about married dudes that cheat is they actually don't want to leave their wife. That's the reality.
Yeah,
like that's been the reality since the beginning of the time. Is that most married dudes? Say it again.
So not the beginning of the time.
That's the reality. The reality is that those dudes that are cheating, that are in a committed relationship or a marriage, typically they don't want to leave their woman. That's the reality.
They don't want to leave, but then they also don't have the gut to be honest either.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But like it's something about her that they like maybe whatever it is that they don't want to leave. That it's just something that they feel they want to get on the side maybe, right? So they don't want to F up the home.
Yeah, because it could jeopardize if they're honest, and that could. But then that's just the whole thing. If you're gonna be interested, some people ain't gonna be with that. So you have to be honest and get them. It's crazy. It's
what you need. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Lionel. Technically, you should be honest with them, right? But
that's some bullshit, right? I can't tell you. He said, "Well, technically, Lionel,
you're right, Lionel." But when you listen, anytime somebody's being honest, there's a chance that honesty is not going to be met with a person who's understanding of that honesty. They're going to look at it and be like, okay, well, thank you for being honest. And now I'm out. Well, it's like, hold on. I didn't want you to leave.
See, that's the definition of cake. That's the definition of cake and eating it too. Because it's fine. That's just the risk that you
cake. Why don't I want to eat it?
No, and that's when it gets into that selfishness, right? Of well, I know if I am real about what it is, they're gonna leave. And it's like, well, bitch, sorry. Sorry. That's the reality. You want to fuck other bitches, and she don't want you to. So, bitch, it's not gonna work out.
He's
And
like,
you're like, no, I'll just lie.
right.
And then get caught later. And then
You know
get
what's
caught
funny?
later. So it's just like, nigga.
It's funny
What's
and
the
it's
Shit.
What's the
It's-
point?
it's funny and it's apropos that for this episode, the thumbnail that I used was from Baby Boy, right? I used Taraji and Tyrese from Baby Boy because and it's funny because in that movie, Tyrese has one of the great toxic nigga lines of all time. Nigga said, I lie because I don't wanna hurt you. That's why I'm lying to you because I care about you. God damn it. That's the reason I'm lying. Look at Mo.
But I feel like there's validity to
That
that.
makes me want to
There is
sock a
validity
nigga.
to that,
Oh, for
right?
real.
It made
You
me
trying to
want
get
to
your
sock
ass
a nigga.
Well, because the truth be hurting people, so I could see like how
I
people.
can feel that. But
That's why
baby,
people
you
be.
hurting me.
And here's the thing.
Like, baby,
Here's the
you're
thing.
hurting me already.
Yeah.
Here's
Like,
the thing. Yes, exactly that. And number two, I need people to stop feeling like they get to choose for people because it's not your fucking choice. You don't get to choose how I react and how I stay and whatever. If I'm gonna do that shit, I should be able to do it on my own choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the selfish part about it because you're not giving people the choice. You are literally choosing for them by manipulating a situation to keep it how you want it to be. And Roy, I ain't trying to hear it because that's the facts.
Hey,
That's that toxic selfish shit. That's exactly what I was talking about.
I'm
Because
just saying,
that's-
Mo, I
That's
don't want
crazy
you to
because
be.
look, I'm gonna tell you right now. We talk about it too. How y'all talk about, oh, you know, these niggas that got money and got it, you know, they got shit taken care of. A lot of these women not gonna give a fuck if you talking to other bitches, fucking other bitches. They're out there. Like the ones that ain't gonna ask no questions, the ones that ain't gonna give a fuck, as long as you paying bills, as long as you coming home and whatever, seeing me twice a week, they don't give a fuck. You can do whatever the fuck you want because as long as you doing what I need you to do for me, I don't care about the rest. And they exist. So go and find you a bitch like that. Stop trying to bring these people who don't want that into the situation that you got going on just because you being selfish. Like,
But I see that in you, though, Mo. I see that in you.
That's the thing. Well, it's like it's not knowing like that. It's not. It's knowing that somebody that would be okay with that probably won't be like the best pick of the litter. But then like you want a good woman at home, and
but
then
it's like, how can you want a good woman and you're not a good man? Like, get the fuck
I
out of here
am,
with that
though.
shit. No, I don't
But
want to hear it.
Mo,
No, you
No.
can't. You
Yeah.
can't want what you
Here's-
not giving out. You
here's
can't.
the
You can't.
argument.
It just doesn't work.
No, Mo, here's the argument is that I am a good man. No, I do everything on your checklist. I check
Except for
off.
be faithful, because that's one of my requirements.
When
All
you say,
right, but
when
you
you
can't
say
do
be-
that. That makes you not a good man in my perspective.
Oh, hold on.
Because a requirement, I'm not asking you to pay my bills. I'm not
Okay.
asking you to do this. I'm not requiring shit of you, but to only be about me and faithful to me and loyal to me. And you can't do it, you are not a good man, in my opinion. There's different levels to the shit. Like I said, you go find you a bitch. And yeah, if she a bottom bitch, she whatever the fuck you want to call it, that's just what you're gonna have to deal with. If that's the kind of lifestyle you want to live, that's the type of shit you just gonna have to deal with. Like, for real, you can't expect no top notch thinking for herself, independent ass bitch, like, and expect her to need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't need you, and she's aware of that. And it's the women who like. And now I'm not trying to be down on no other women because this is not a women bashing rant.
Let's bash him. Let's bash him. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, if that's what you perceive as a good woman, and you know you're not on that level, like, yo, leave bitches alone. Leave them the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave me alone.
Period.
I'm
Mom.
so sorry. Like, damn. But it's Roy is literally the voice of what these niggas be trying to explain and tell you. And oh yeah, well, but I do this and I do that. Okay, but you're doing every other thing except for what I'm asking of you. So what the fuck do I need you here for? What
No,
good are you
Mo,
here?
hold on, Mo. What you're saying is that I'm checking off 100 boxes, but you're penalizing me for the one box that I'm not checking off. That's what
the
you're saying.
biggest box.
Oh, listen, that's a sorry ass excuse too. I ain't trying to hear that shit either.
I'm
85%, so you gonna penalize me for that 50? Yes.
no,
Yes.
it's not even. But look,
But you
what
want
I'm saying-
100. You want 100%. You want a bitch to be 100% and meet you more than halfway. But you can't do that the other way around. That's what I'm saying. That's like the whole point. They want, like, men want women to just be like, oh, I'm just gonna accept the fact, because a lot of it be within y'all's control. A lot of it be within control. It's not a matter of I can't. It's a matter of I won't. That's literally all it is. It ain't no, oh, I can't be this and I can't be that. No, you won't. And that's okay. If you honest with yourself about that, that's fine. I'm not saying, listen, you may not be toxic. You just not for me. Okay?
No, I'm with
You
you.
just not for me type shit. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying, that's just the thing. I'm all that, oh, well, I'm bringing, majority of it. I'm bringing majority of it. Okay, well, what is stopping you from bringing the rest? Because you're already aware of that percentage that you bring in. What are you not working on to get that rest of the 10, 15%? Because you were choosing not to. You don't want to, and it's okay. But leave that shit away from me where I'm actually asking for that. Because then turn around, if I'm lacking, I hear about it. I will hear about how I'm not doing this and I'm not doing this and I got it this and that. Yo, that shit, I'm sorry, I'm going to fuck off right now, but
No, I appreciate what you're saying, Mo. But let me tell you why you're incorrect.
Oh, God.
You got her fucked up because she's 100% correct.
Is she, Naomi? Is
Yeah.
she? Look,
She's the
there's
100% that niggas.
there is a perspective. There's
That's
a
all the niggas. Because I'll say some niggas are out here handling shit and they are being faithful and loyal to their women, right? So I
okay.
won't say
But like, I think we gotta. I hate to be this guy.
Go ahead.
because-
Yeah, be that guy. We already know you're that guy.
And, I mean,
Please.
Okay,
You know what
because listen, no, and look, here's the thing.
let's go,
I'm
Mo.
sorry, but like at our big age, it's just like I think I just grew out of the excuses, because life and relationships and partnerships are about effort. It's about the work that you're putting in, not only with your relationship, but the work that you're putting in with yourself. And like we just talked about, people don't want to do the work. And this is why they expect you to settle for the shit that they give you. You know what I'm saying? Like they expect you to settle for whatever it is I can offer you, because that's all I got. It's all I can do. Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? And if that's your own insecurity within yourself, then you need to work on that. Or go find somebody who's meeting you at that 85%, that 80% for real.
Or do that shit over there. Yeah.
No, like exactly. That's all I have to say. Like leave people alone. Just leave them alone.
The meal was ready. She cooked.
And
No,
look, I'm
and
not,
on both ways too. Like shit, leave that person alone too. That
I'm not somebody on here that's promoting infidelity. I'm not. But
Right.
What's a but?
what I am saying though is I understand. That's what I'm saying. See, I feel like sometimes y'all don't understand. Like,
no, and I feel like I do understand, and that's why I'd be sad, and that's why I said I'm good on that marriage shit, and like, and that's also why I don't stress too much of even getting in relationships, because I've definitely been the cheater, and I've definitely been the cheated on, and I've definitely cheated for various reasons. Like there are different reasons for the cheating, and I can see like why that should happen and like how that shit could happen. And I definitely even feel like you can cheat on somebody and still love them. You could definitely cheat on somebody and still love them and still want to like be with them.
Almost
right.
definitely.
Grand said, Mo is so mature and right. The truth of it is none of us are perfect. We all make our own decisions, and the bed we lay in, loyalty is such. Okay. I thought you was on my side, Grand. Grand, where you going, Grand? That could be, but okay. Here's what I'm
skipping over his shit. Read his comments.
No.
Let's skip over that shit. But the truth is, really desire.
But what you gonna say, Roy?
Like I said, whenever it comes to look, I'm just gonna say one more thing. You know how
Go
we
ahead.
talk about when we talk about things about how, let's say, a topic that we've talked about on the show, where men get mad at, and this is just an example, okay? the men that get mad at women who say, I want a man to provide, I want a man to do this, and I want a man to do this, like I'm expecting these things because XYZ. The ones who cannot do so be the main ones trying to tell them that they asking for too much. And I think the same goes because there's definitely men that are like, okay, cool, like as you should, you know what I'm saying? Like, and vice versa. But I think the same kind of principle or like, thing applies with what I'm talking about. Because it's like Roy just said, you just don't understand. No, I don't have to understand. You can go and level to yourself. You can. It's okay. But don't try to be like, oh, I just got to make them see where I'm coming from. You don't. Absolutely not. And they don't have to see you eye to eye at that point. It's not a
Or like know that it's not seeing eye to eye, and like I'm not gonna be real about it because it's not seeing eye to eye, and then I might be playing myself short.
right.
Like that's the whole game of it.
Okay. Like it's absolutely okay. I'm not trying to tell nobody that, hey, to tell anybody how to live their life, but it's like it's the same concept where it's like, yeah, stop going into leagues of people that you just know you're not suited for. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then get mad
I don't know what you're
they
saying.
don't want to level, you know what I'm saying, settle for the shit that you're offering when that's not where they're at. Like people shouldn't have to lower their standards for things just to make you happy, make you secure in yourself. Like that's not their obligation.
Let me just make sure that I'm clear when I'm saying this. I don't think this is gonna sound fucked up. I don't think infidelity is for everybody. Right?
Right.
Now, when I'm saying that though, listen, I'm not saying that I'm somebody who would participate in infidelity because I wouldn't. But I'm simply saying I'm like looking at the world and I'm understanding that there's a world that exists, right?
People be cheating.
Right. There's a world that
cheating.
that's what I'm saying. There's a world that exists out there where this is going on. And so where the world
it's actually kind of hard to believe it's like a world existing of like no cheating going on. Like that's actually like
that's how much it's going on.
Like to like, whoa, there's actually y'all never cheated on each other.
This is what I'm saying, Naomi. In that world that exists with cheating, I'm even breaking that world down and saying, okay, in this world of cheating, me personally, I'm saying I understand the people that are of the 1%, the 5%. I'm talking about in terms of monetary gains who are cheating. And I'm saying that, I know this sounds fucked up, but I'm saying it because if you're like Mo was talking about this checklist, we're checking off all these things. I check off all these boxes. And again, man, I know I hate Lionel think I'm always making these numbers up. I know probably, I don't know. I'm not making these numbers. I know probably 7, 8 dudes.
Right? Like 3.5 people.
I know probably 7, 8 dudes, right? Who would be considered in that top 1 to 3% of earners, right? Who make good money, who are married, and who, this is the key point. I'm not saying that they are habitual cheaters, that like all they do is they just constantly like fucking chicks on no, that's not what they do. The dudes that I know that do that partake in that, it's a every now and again thing. It may be once, twice a year. It's not a thing that they're doing. It's not something like they're like going out looking for this. It's just
a year in a marriage. You know how many bitches that would be?
That's crazy.
Like that's really crazy.
I mean, again, this is where we're talking perspective of things, right?
Yeah,
we're talking perspective at this point. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just talking perspective, right?
Okay.
Of like somebody who, because like we've had this conversation on the show before. Somebody can cheat on you and like I don't know how y'all feel about it, but me, I think somebody can cheat on somebody and genuinely love the person that they cheated on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so, because people have their own like issues, like because that's the thing. Like it's not, you might love this person, but like you can only love somebody to the best of your own ability. Like that's all you got. You can't give somebody $10 when you got 50 cents.
No, you can't love somebody more than you love yourself. There has to be there just has to be a time where you got to choose yourself. Like yes, you could love this person, but shit, you gotta love yourself more.
Because that's why I'm like, keep that shit a being. Like, if you love the person, then keep it a being, and just like let them know, like, this is what I'm thinking. Here's where I'm at with some
Now
shit.
look,
I would
he,
be real, but a lot of people aren't being real. But then they're like, once you bring it back to yourself, like, are you even being real with yourself? So it's like when you get caught up in shit like that, it's just like, damn, where was I deceiving myself?
you know
Like,
what's crazy though is that like there are more people out there who are willing to participate. To Mo's point, there are actually a lot of women out there who are cool with that. The problem is that the men actually don't want those women, right? They don't want the women who are just, oh, you can cheat on me, because like most of the time those women aren't really what they like, right? The women that like they appreciate and that they really want to invest in terms of spending time building a family with are a different type of woman who really wouldn't go for that. But they know deep down, even though she ain't gonna go for that, I still want to, maybe once a year, be able to, like, when I'm going on a business trip, knock something off when I'm in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? It's just the
Yeah.
reality. You know what I'm
And
saying?
see, that's the toxic part of it. It's just like you either say that, like, yeah, when I go on a business trip and you're not there, like, this I'm coming, or like, like you just don't. But then that's the thing. It's like, why hold a woman to the standard of like just being able to be disrespected or just overlooked to the point of like,
Is that disrespectful though? I don't know.
yeah, I mean, because for me, because I have to put things in my perspective, because I'm gonna go like batshit fucking nuts if if the roles are reversed, if like turns out like she's out and she's just like has sex or cheats on me with a woman, like I mean the guy, I'm gonna spaz, like I'm gonna like be like uncomfortable, upset,
Hold
and
on,
just
hold on, hold on,
that's
whoa, whoa, whoa,
over
whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on, whoa, Lionel. You said
yeah,
if she cheats on you with a woman?
with the guy.
Oh, okay. I thought you said with a woman. I was gonna say
Well,
shit.
if she cheats, I mean, it's like I don't know.
Figure it
I
out.
think it is different if it's like a woman versus a guy. But if
Yeah.
it's a guy, like I'm gonna feel extremely disrespected and like a lot of shit that I'm not trying to feel. So then I have to consider that in the name of versus like trying to pull the strings and be like, well, because I can only imagine how that would feel on the other side. Like it can't feel like much different. So it's just like that perspective versus just the perspective of like, I don't want a bitch that's gonna be okay with this. I'd rather have a woman I feel is like whole, not rocking like that. But here's how I'm coming though. Like at some point you got to like stop the hooves, like look in the mirror. Like at some point.
No, but listen, it's literally like I want me a bitch that's gonna respect herself, but I just ain't gonna respect her. You know what I'm saying? Like on some type of shit. Like that should ass backwards.
Oh, also that's really the thing. I mean, it's a completely different like perspective because that's not how people feel. Like I recognize that it's easier to just like come how you come and then like not really be accountable and not ever like bring that shit up or talk about it. I get that's like easier, but like that's because on some keeping shit of being like on some G shit, like that's just not loving a person. Like if you really love someone, you're like, hey, this is how I feel about this, or here's how I'm coming like towards this. And then like have a real conversation, and like that also builds connection. Now they can really even know who you are, and like how you think, and what you like, who the fuck you are. Versus like you
you never know what that love can do. You never know what that love can do because like if she already in love with you or like y'all in this relationship, you kicking it like. But
people be staying anyway. They be like getting cheated on, finding out, and like still stay. Like what if you just had that conversation?
No facts.
Yeah,
literally just have the conversation, but with that, with being real, and people aren't really ready to be real out here. They're not ready to be true, authentic versions because then, like, the change and the work got to come once you recognize that, okay, this is how I'm really showing up, and maybe it's actually hurting the person that I love.
Yeah.
And so how am I coming to be hurting the person that I love? So
yeah, it's not lost on me that like people like could really love somebody, but then like still like physically be interested in like other people or like have like physical like that's not like hard for me to process.
Yeah.
But then like navigating that is a thing. Like like that's the thing to navigate. Like that's a person. I feel like that's a personality type. But like then there's other people that can be like that are extremely committed and like once they've made a decision like this is who I want, then it's not even like I have eyes or looking at anybody.
Yeah.
And so just like that's why that's a conversation to be had. Like you got to navigate those waters.
Is it a conversation, though, Lionel, to be had?
I think there should always be a conversation about like cheating in like the beginning stages of getting to know. Like I want to know, like, would you want to know if I was cheating?
They be lying.
I would want to know.
But I'm
Like,
lying.
Nah,
I want you to tell me.
People
I
be
would wanna
lying,
know.
okay? Like they be like, nah, like I ain't never did no shit like that. Like,
No, I wouldn't ask them if they're cheating. I'm asking them what they want to know. If I'm cheating on you,
That's a crazy question. See, that's just some shit.
lying on that too. They'll be
Or
like,
not.
nah, no, they'll be
Because
like,
some
yeah,
people,
like
some
just be
people
real with
do
me.
not.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, like they will be better off. Like I don't want to know that you're cheating on me. A lot of men are like that. They're like, as long as I don't see that shit, like I don't got no whip.
That's
no
how I
shit.
am. I don't want to know.
They're
If you
good.
cheating,
Like
keep
if
it on
they
the
don't
low.
know, they
Yeah, I
can be
don't wanna
okay with that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like I guess
Some
people need
people,
to know
yeah,
just
but then
something
there's the
about that
other
bitch.
of like, no,
What
tell
about
me.
It's like I want to know,
Tell
but
me
I
'cause
need
you
to
got the
know
fuck
so I can
up.
get the fuck ASAP.
Yeah,
what
like
about
so that's why I think like having a talk just about like cheating, like being real. Cause at the end of the day, and that's one of the things that like slow me. I have no idea how people like be getting in relationships like that because I just be feeling like
didn't I tell y'all
I
from
be
the
like, baby, the commitment issues, like the fucking cheating. I don't even think I really have too much trust issues, but I don't know. I think if you're not cheating, you're the one being cheated on. But I also want
damn?
to.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You sound like the Puerto Rican princess right there.
She like Jocelyn.
Hey,
Right.
hey, what Chance say? If you ain't the hitter, you just might be the lick. Okay,
Damn.
that just might be the lick. I so sometimes, of course, not always. So I be having to like work through. But especially, I've just been seeing so much shit in this season. I'm like, I gotta clear my mind because I'm just like,
It's scary out here.
the committed relationships. Y'all know, marriage has always been like an iffy thing for me, just because like I don't know that you can like be with a person and like for life and not go through some like infidelities. Like, but would y'all rather want to be? Would y'all, with the person you love, would you rather want to be cheated on or be the one to cheat on them and lose them? Which is worse?
I
To
feel like
be-
losing the person you cheating and losing is the worst. Getting cheated on, I mean, you can heal and you can grow
By
from
the
that.
person
But
you
like,
Yeah,
I'd rather be cheated on so I could just get the fuck out of it.
I ain't
there is
big
some
enough.
guilty ass shit. Like you really shitty.
I ain't built to be getting cheated on. I ain't gonna
No,
lie.
I'd rather be cheated on because I'm telling you, my emotions are
Roy the
like,
hitter.
I would be
Roy the
gone
hitter.
so
Y'all the
fast.
licks.
Like, please just cheat on me so I can get this over with.
I ain't built for getting cheated on.
No,
Go
for real.
let
I'm
that
like,
nigga get it over with.
Like, I'm out of here fast.
Wait, so I'm getting cheated on and I'm staying with them? Is that what the?
I
Oh,
said,
no, I stand.
I mean, you could stay. I said you lose them.
He
So
said,
like, I
stay?
guess it's the option. You could
Right.
just
So
Please.
forgive, but I said like, you cheat and they leave, or you cheat and they leave, or you're getting cheated on by them.
So I'm leaving too though. It's either I mean same thing. I
You
get
can stay if you want.
I just
I mean,
don't.
you can stay.
regardless. It's the same.
I've known of relationships that survive cheating.
There you go. Give a number. Give how many, like I do. Give how many relationships you know. 2, 3, 4. There you go. Give
8.
a number. 8. There you go.
Kidding. I just kidding.
Y'all
It's
crazy.
about like 3, 5. Yeah, Roy froze. Oh, it's probably like 3, 5 that I know. You know, and like all of
So
them
far, they've survived it so far. You know, we don't know too far in the future. Like it might be 5 years, and you're like, "Whoa!" Like
Yeah.
that shit did not end well.
Mhm.
Let me just say this. Let's get ready to wrap up for tonight. I do want to say this though. They don't make women like they used to because, you know, shout out to Cookie
That's the
Johnson.
inflation.
No, shout out to Cookie Johnson because Magic went out there and caught HIV allegedly, and she stood by him. So shout out to her. She was a real one. That's how you supposed. That's that's how you supposed to hold the family down.
Hell no, and that's that's another conversation that the internet be having.
We need, you know what? We need to have a cheaters episode. We need to have some cheaters come on.
That's gonna be the first episode of March. That'll be the first episode of March. Let's make some calls out to some
Cheaters.
cheaters.
No, like we gotta talk to some cheaters. I'm
Right,
like, I gotta heal this cheating wound. I gotta heal.
Tell them
this
they can
cheating
come on the
wound.
show and we'll like blur their face.
And we gotta find some faithful people. We need faithful people.
Yeah.
I don't know no cheaters, so
I'm faithful. Hold on, y'all found one in me.
it's too late.
I don't know if niggas. I can't trust niggas that be saying that because I feel like they just gotta cover their tail.
So that'll be the first show for March.
Like,
We'll
nah,
talk about-
never cheated. No.
We'll talk about these cheaters because I've been telling y'all for years about respectful cheating. So we'll talk about that in March. Next week, the last week of Black History Month, I want to have a conversation of what does it mean to be black? I want to have that conversation. I want to get into a real black conversation because I feel like those lines are blurred now.
It needs to be lit.
You said it means to be lit?
It
Hilarious.
needs to be lit.
We're gonna bring somebody on this show. This gonna be arguing. I ain't coming next week.
Torrance said no.
Sparring shoes. Playing sparring shoes in your gloves.
I want to have a conversation because I think that, I don't know. I'll express my thoughts next week. I'll say that, right? I do want to say this. Maybe this will give y'all a hint. I do align a lot of my thoughts with the ideology that I've heard so far of the FBA movement, the Foundational Black American Movement, more so than ADOS. ADOS, I don't know. I feel like they kind of fell off over the last year or two. ADOS has fell off. I don't know where they at out here, ADOS.
That's too long of a damn name. That's the problem.
Is that what it is?
Yes, that shit was only on. Nobody's saying that every day.
That's a lot, right? ADOS.
Years and years. We over that shit by now. That's why Black stuck. Because that's just like black.
There you go. And that's why I kept it simple for the show this whole time. Like, I didn't try to go and get no song that says some deep shit from some deep ass rapper. I kept it real simple from CB4. We'll see y'all next week. We talking about what is black. Let's go.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, yo.